Check, 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 check. Good morning. Let's do this. Cotter and Marshall Show here on Rock 106.1. Be sure to get that stream. Join the Horde of Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Each and every morning, you can watch the show as it's going all morning long. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. You can also listen to the show. Download the app for free. Get us on your in-home smart speaker. Check us out at rock1061.com. Marshall, Good morning.
Good morning. Congratulations to LeBron James. First and foremost, number one movie at the box office this past weekend was Space Jam 2. I know that's old news, but also LeBron James propelled the Milwaukee Bucks to their first championship in so many years. Giannis, big first-time NBA Finals winner. I think he was the MVP last night as well. I don't know. I fell asleep. But I heard they won. Congratulations. 4 straight. They were down 2-0 in that series. Won 4 straight NBA champs, Milwaukee Bucks. Congratulations.
I mean, the Suns were up 2-0. They were projected to win the entire series, and you were saying it off air. LeBron James congratulated the Suns, like 2 down, 2 more to go.
Yeah, he tweeted out after the first 2 games. He really thought that Chris Paul, his bestie, was going to take home the championship, and that propelled the Bucks to the NBA championship, and I approve.
If you're a Phoenix Sun not named Chris Paul, how pissed are you at Chris Paul / LeBron James?
I think they're more upset at themselves, honestly. They're probably not going to blame LeBron James like we did just a moment ago. But, yeah, they should all be mad. They should all be mad. But, I'm sure they'll take care of themselves in a hotel room with one girl taking care of all of them. If you heard that story, you know what I'm talking about.
All right, so congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks. First championship in 50 years. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
All right, coming up on the show today, Mac's going to join us after 9 for Chicks on Dudes. Mount Rushmore today. It is the Mount Rushmore of summer Olympic events. I know you're a big Olympic guy, Marshall, so
big time.
I'm sure this was nice and easy for you to put together. I'm going to take your calls, comments, and texts today. What's the most shocking thing you found in a hotel room or Airbnb? We've gotten some great stories already, so we'll get to that after 7. And, of course, going to kick off the show with About Last Night. Former Chicago Cub Ben Zobrist. His life sucks right now.
Yeah, it's not great.
I feel bad for this guy. Story number 2, I mean, UFOs are getting all the love. It's great to see. We're going OG with a Bigfoot sighting. I love this. And finally, story number 1. We'll kick off the show next. Jeff Bezos went full Dr. Evil, rides a giant penis into space.
It was something special.
I got that story next. About Last Night. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Here's Rise Against and Nowhere Generation. It's Rock 106.1.
Oof. I think Big D Bass dropping down the Giannis resume. 26 years old, 2-time NBA MVP. 5-time NBA All-Star, 3-time NBA First Team, 2. Man, Jesus, how did you just have all that available like immediately?
Somebody's a fan.
Charles, you do make a good point. Charles goes, who cares about the NBA? I go, millions of people. He goes, it does make a great point, though. It's time for some football.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The Cup's over. The NBA, we don't have to care about hockey or the Cup, and by that I mean the NHL, until like probably March of next year.
Right.
So we're done with hockey and NBA, although they come back like in 3 or 4 months. Now it's time to care about football. I'm very excited about this.
Yeah. I saw your post on the Marshall League for some fantasy football.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have a Cotter and Marshall League. It'll be back again this year after taking last season off.
Yeah, so I got the email yesterday that my leagues have auto-renewed.
Yeah, I saw that.
So good to go there. And, very excited about that. So we'll have that news coming up in regards to joining the Cotter and Marshall Fantasy Football League. here in the next few weeks. Good morning, Gibby. How are you, buddy?
What up, Gibby?
Big D base. It's what I do. I know things. Yes, you do. You just suddenly had all that information like on tap immediately. Yeah, but congrats to the Bucks, man. Like they're a great story. Look, I don't want the Bucks to ever win a championship because they're in the Central, or at least that's what it was called back in the day. The same division as the Chicago Bulls. Some Bulls fan most days, depending on the day of the week. But, yeah, I mostly don't want them to win, but it's cool to see them win. I mean, they're a small market. I mean, the NBA probably hated that they won.
I'm sure.
Because they want, when they won L.A. or New York, they want a huge market watching the NBA Finals. Phoenix and Milwaukee, probably not their number one choice for an NBA Finals. So,
no, I would say the NBA management cried a little when LeBron James exited the playoffs early, or didn't even make it.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, the Bulls will never be as good as the dynasty days. Yeah, unless another Michael Jordan is birthed upon the world and suddenly decides to play for Chicago.
Yeah, you can't be. I mean, they had Michael Jordan.
Charles was watching the replay of the Super Bowl where the Bears went in '85, man.
You are ready for football.
He is definitely ready for football. Yeah, I'm gearing up towards it. So I run a personal fantasy football league with a bunch of my friends and stuff. And then we have one here at the radio station, and that's the max I can do. I can do 2 fantasy football leagues every year, and that's it. So those are my 2 this year. I've tried more than that, and it turns out I just don't care. And that's just a huge waste of money because people get me to chime in. I'll be a part of my league. It's only 50. It's only 100. It's only this. And then I'm suddenly broke.
Yeah. All right, guys, we got about 25 seconds.
Do you have the audio on tap for
Yeah.
Jeffy B?
Yep, just him at the press conference. All right, guys, be right back. It is about last night. Story number 1. Yesterday, Jeff Bezos became the second billionaire to travel to space in about 7 days. He boarded his giant space dildo, along with his brother Mark, test pilot Wally Funk, and recent high school graduate Oliver Damon. Now, they lifted off just past 9 yesterday morning. You and I actually watched it online, saw the whole thing. It took about 11 minutes from takeoff to landing. They reached an altitude of 66.5 miles. They got 7 minutes, several minutes of weightlessness, and then they just kind of drifted slowly back to Earth. Yeah, and it's kind of interesting on multiple levels. First and foremost, it's Jeff Bezos and his brother. They're terrible people, and I don't like them. They take all my money all the time. Yes, I use Amazon. Yes, I know that I give my money probably to someone that probably doesn't deserve it, who does not pay taxes at all. But you know what? The 2 people that he brought with him, I really like their stories once I dove into them. Yeah. So he brought an 18-year-old kid who is the youngest person ever to enter space. Now, he's just a recent high school graduate. Then he took Wally Funk. Now, Wally, actually, real name, Mary Wallace Funk, was part of the original Mercury 13 program. Now, this is a program to see if women were actually able to handle the rigors of space. Right. And she actually completed that program, but they actually decided to cut off the program completely once it was completed. And she performed near the top of the class. I mean, she was supposed to enter space, but that was not to be. And now she has finally gone up into space at the age of 82, making her the oldest person ever to hit the space waves up in the up there. So pretty cool stuff. Now, Richard Branson, of course, the first billionaire into space 10 days ago. However, Bezos' flight got higher. It was 13 miles higher. Now, it was also an unpiloted space voyage, which is the first time ever, and it was all run by a civilian crew on the ground. But let's call this what it is. This is the most expensive midlife crisis ever. That's all it is. It 100% is, and Jeff Bezos essentially admitted to it. So, yeah. Yeah, it's. I mean, he didn't even pay for this whole thing. That's the really crappy part. You know, it's super expensive, and he basically admitted this in the post-flight press conference afterwards.
I want to thank every Amazon employee and every Amazon customer, because you guys paid for all of this. So seriously, for every Amazon customer out there and every Amazon employee, thank you from the bottom of my heart very much. It's very appreciated.
Don't applaud that man. Don't applaud that. He doesn't mean that. Or maybe he does.
No, he 100% means that. He means that everyone else footed the bill for something he probably didn't need to do nor deserved. I mean, that cost I wonder how much that costs. I don't think
billions of dollars.
Yeah.
I mean, this wasn't cheap. I mean, they built their own rocket.
Did it cost $1 billion? I mean,
I don't know.
It probably cost $1 billion. Think of all the people that he could have helped on the earth. Instead, we just set some records. Cool.
I mean, think of all the people he could help on Earth just on a daily basis, and he hasn't. So why start now?
Maybe he'll. No, actually, he won't. He won't. So cool. Amazon, great job.
All right, we got a Bigfoot sighting in Michigan. Kind of. Okay, it looks like a dude in a suit. I'm just going to say that right out. But we've got some details about that. It's coming up next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Yeah, turn down the headphone volume. I'm getting blown out over here.
Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It comes through that one now.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that, but I forgot. I guess I forgot that. Yeah, just a ridiculous amount of money it cost to send good old Jeffy Bezos up into space. Dude, it had to have cost way more than $280 million. Right, Gibby? You think?
Let's see. Okay, it's basically saying how much will it cost to fly on it.
That's better.
Check.
What's up?
What? No, it's just volume on mine was low, so I'm just adjusting.
Yeah, turning the headphones up over on the main board blows me out pretty much any higher than that.
Okay. Yeah, I plugged into the receiver just to hear the sound of it. On the air, you don't get that, so I guess it's just adjusting it here. So.
All right, guys, thanks for hanging around this morning. I'm going to share the show around real quick. So,
talking Bigfoot, there's video and a picture of a Bigfoot sighting around the Cass River in Michigan. And, I mean, the video is all of 5 seconds long. I don't know. There's an obvious something crossing this river. So we'll talk about that. Last story is going to be about Ben Zobrist, former Chicago Cub. His ex-wife is effing him, and not in the good way. I mean, it's bad. They're divorced, or future ex-wife. They're getting ready to go through divorce, and some of the info has come out, and I feel for that man. After 7, calls, comments, and text. You can share those now if you want. It is what's the most shocking thing you've ever found in a hotel room or Airbnb. We're going to talk to you 4 different types of drunk people, and then Marshall and I will break down what type of drunk people we are. Top of the 8 o'clock hour, Mount Rushmore, Summer Olympic events. Get to Are You Smarter Than the Community College Dropout? And, of course, Mac is in studio after 9 for Chicks on Dudes. If you ever have a question for Mac, you can email it into the studio, kmshow@rock1061.com. So my oldest had one task before he moves back to Kent, and that is to clean out his bedroom. It is a disaster. He lives in there pretty much 20 out of the 24 hours of day, except for when he's at work. And it's just like he'll take crap up there and just throw garbage on the floor. He's got dishes up there, so he was given one job. You have to clean your bedroom. You have to box stuff up. that you're not going to take with you, put it in the closet. It has been a 3-day task so far, and it's not done yet. I told him I'd help, but if I help, everything goes in the garbage. That's my.
So you agreed to not help.
Yeah, pretty much. No, I would happily help, but will throw things away. I'm guessing it will not be done by the time he leaves. Oh, sorry, I didn't get it done. I had to work. We'll see. That's been fun. Any word from Rick the Jesus?
No, he has not responded back to me. I'm going to reach out to him today. And if you're asking me how worried am I would say slightly. Today's
Wednesday.
Yeah, working on a backup plan to Rick to Jesus, just in case he decides not to show up.
All right, we've got a couple commercials left. Breaking Benjamin So Cold. After that, we will get into story number 2 of About Last Night. We will be continuing our 20th anniversary weekend this weekend on Rock 106.1. 2015 is the year. The end goal for this is Labor Day weekend. We're going to count down, just do a massive countdown of the top songs ever played on Rock 106.1. So we will open it up to everything, and it won't just be from the past 20 years. It'll be just everything we've ever played, but we're going to do a massive countdown. We used to do the Rock 1000. We may do 1,000 songs just for the hell of it. Why not? It's a 4-day weekend. I don't know yet. In the process of starting to put that together, but that will be the end game. And whatever size countdown we do, 500 or 1,000 songs, we'll be having stuff on the website to let people vote, so you guys get a chance to help us put the list together, because it's an undertaking. So I will take all the help I can get.
Almost done. Sorry, there's lots of tags and
No, it's all good.
lots of tags.
All right, got about 3.5 minutes into Breaking Benjamin now. Story number 2 about last night's coming up.
There we go. All right.
All right, well, you got that. I am going to go get my coffee.
Cool. All right. Sorry, guys. Had to share the show around to, various outlets and stuff. Good old Tim Janier. Yeah, I don't think he shouldn't do anything related to space travel at all. All right, guys, once again, thanks for joining us this morning. As Cotter said, lots of fun stuff coming up on the show today. My mother-in-law and her man friend, good old Gino, heading out today, going back to Chicagoland area. So got my house back. Going to celebrate that by probably doing nothing. I've been doing stuff all this past 2 weeks straight. I'm going to sit on my couch and watch television all night tonight. Can't wait for that. Catch up on all my programs. Oh, it's going to be so good.
Oh, speaking of TV, because of the Olympics and I needed a DVR, I re-upped for YouTube TV.
Okay.
Oh, I love TV. I love having options. I mean, the streaming services are great, but I just love having everything there, being able to DVR it, being able to go back and watch stuff.
Sure.
Is so nice. My wife's like, I don't care. I'm like, I care. This is awesome.
Now that both of your kids are out of the house, you're going to be saving some cash. Now you can afford it.
I'm going to keep it for a while. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Every paycheck, my wife sets aside just screw around money for her and I. Put it right to the TV. I'm in. Right to YouTube TV. Keeping it. All right, got about a minute 15, guys. Gonna go back and watch night 1. Is it Fyter Fest? Is that what they're doing on AEW?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go back and watch night 1 of that because I heard it was fantastic.
Night 2's tomorrow.
Yeah, got the DVR set.
Oh, wait,
it's tonight.
Yeah.
It's tonight. Yep, DVR is set. They've got bingo tonight at New Realm, so we'll be able to watch it live.
Went to New Realm and I got their shishito peppers.
Okay.
And they come in this cheese sauce. They are delicious.
Really?
Yeah. So
okay.
No real heat. They're sweet and I know it's crazy to say this, but they're sweet Fruity Pebbles sweet.
Okay.
So I mean they kind of taste have a Fruity Pebble I don't know how they do it. It's magic. But they cook the shishito peppers down and they must cook it in some sort of sweet sauce.
Yeah.
And then they put some sort of cheesy queso-ish cheese on it.
Yeah.
They are delightful.
Nice.
I had that last Friday. So when you go tonight, check them out.
All right, guys, be right back. Story number 2 about last night. So aliens, UFOs, been getting all the love lately. Great to have an old school Bigfoot sighting back. Now there's, it is, man. How long has it been since somebody's I saw Bigfoot?
Finally, a giant animal that we don't know nothing about in America instead of the skies. We own this one.
I'm so happy about this. There's a cell phone picture and video of an alleged Bigfoot sighting around the Cass River in Michigan. Now, this is the best part. Both have been sent for review to the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization.
Oh, thank God.
This is a legit organization.
Yeah, totally.
Doing quality research on the life of Bigfoot.
It sounds like an organization that has a P.O. box instead of an actual address.
It's just a dude in his mom's basement.
You know it is.
The picture and video shows some sort of creature carrying something walking across the Cass River. Now, I watched it multiple times, and I got all excited because, hey, Bigfoot sighting with video.
Right.
It doesn't look hairy. It looks like a man in a hoodie and brown pants.
No, I didn't see that.
You don't think so?
No, it looked like it was a light brown kind of mud-covered figure carrying what could be a small deer or it could be, I don't know.
Baby Bigfoot?
A baby Bigfoot. I'm not for sure, but it's very, very interesting. And what we'll do is we'll drop the video on the live stream so you guys could take a look at it. But in my eyes, that wasn't just some random drunk guy, with a brown hoodie on. It looked sort of legitimate. Yeah, the video was a bit grainy. It was filmed on a
flip phone.
It looked like it was filmed on a phone where they had to zoom in from a very long distance away because this person apparently was canoeing on the Cass River in Michigan. They saw this figure from a distance. They popped it up at the last second. This Bigfoot thing walking down the river, holding something, turns to him, looks, and then just kind of walks back into the forest area, and then that's the end of the video.
Why isn't there more video? That's one question. Why do you stop it there? Why don't you turn your kayak around or canoe around, go toward it, get better video?
I don't know. I'm not running towards I'm not running towards that thing. Probably.
Okay. Well, Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization investigator Kyle Shaw has examined the footage.
Oh, an expert in his field, huh?
Expert in his field.
Wow.
His take, I'm on the fence. Not saying it's Bigfoot, not saying it isn't. He just, comments on how bad the quality of the thing is, and it's just it isn't great footage.
Right. So, cool. Thanks, expert. You gave us absolutely nothing. You could have honestly farted, and that would have been the same exact thing you said. Now, Michigan apparently is one of the major hotspots for Bigfoot sightings in North America right right now, according to that really legitimate organization. Now, only California, Florida, Illinois, Ohio, Oregon, Texas, and Washington have had more Bigfoot sightings than Michigan's 224 reported.
How much are those other states getting when it comes to sightings of Bigfoot? And if there's that many, how do we not have just photos and videos coming out of our ears, man?
They're very elusive. Although their feet are very big, they are very light of foot. They're the Giannis of their species. They're very nimble.
Okay, fair enough. I don't buy it. If you want to check out the footage, you can check it out now on the stream. We're going to have the link there. Got one more story to go in about last night. Former Chicago Cub Ben Zobrist is getting effed by his future ex-wife, and in the worst way possible. Divorce is coming up. Info's coming out, and it is getting ugly. Got that story after Godsmack When Legends Rise. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, let's see, where did I find that video? Oh yeah,
It's on that Bro Bible.
Yeah,
so it's like they take the video, which once again is only like 5 seconds. It's like, why isn't there more? Even if you're not going to go toward it, why do you stop filming? You keep filming. I don't know. That's just me.
He was quite a distance away, and I'm sure if he like rode up and tried to get more footage, I'm guessing that thing probably would have been gone. To try to answer your question, but I don't know.
If I had to guess, it's either a hoax, and the guy's just the guy filming it had something to do with it, or it is a homeless man living in the woods. And he is just decked out in whatever, covers he was wearing. I want it to be Bigfoot. Trust me.
No, you don't.
I want to look back.
No, you don't, you son of a bitch.
I want to look back and be able to say Harry and the Hendersons, based on a true story.
Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to find this video real quick. I found it.
Story number 3, Ben Zobrist, former Cub, 2-time World Series champion. His estranged ex-wife. This divorce is getting ugly. Spending all of his money, cheating on him.
Got it. There you go. Jeremy, good morning. How are you?
Hey, Jeremy.
Drop the video, guys, if you want to check out the very short Bigfoot video that's most recently got a lot of people talking. Put it on the chat for you so you can check it out.
If a hunter hasn't killed and mounted one, it doesn't exist. That's according to Gibby. I like that. I mean, so 224 sightings or whatever it was in Michigan, and that's low. We should have so many more photos. I'm so disappointed. I did go to, when we were up in Blue Ridge, they've got a Bigfoot Expedition Museum. I did go through that. Super tiny, but it's actually kind of fun. Yeah, it was pretty fun. I can't tell if they took it seriously or just capitalizing on the people who do.
Yes.
The museum itself. The gift shop was like, a third of the building. So, if that says anything.
Yeah, I mean, they know what they're doing there. Where was this at again?
Blue Ridge, when we went on that vacation last year. All right, guys, be right back. Thanks for hanging out on air and on the stream this morning. We've got story number 3 for About Last Night. Former Chicago Cub Ben Zobrist is not having a good life right now. The week-long divorce is coming up between him and his estranged wife, Juliana. It begins in 2 weeks, but things are starting to get ugly now. Pre-trial documents have come out, and Zobrist is accusing his future ex-wife of having an affair. Now, that's bad enough. But he's accusing her of having an affair with the couple's former pastor, which gets worse, and marriage counselor, Byron Yawn.
Yeah, and not only that, I mean, there's so much with this story. I probably want to be able to touch upon all of it, but the thing that really, as a future ex-husband, that would really get me. So this pastor, this marriage counselor that they went to, that she was sleeping with, they threw a retirement party for him because he was retiring. And here's the thing. She's married to a professional athlete, Ben Zobrist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude grew up like 5 minutes away from where I grew up.
Really?
Eureka, Illinois.
I didn't know that.
So she threw a retirement party for the dude that she was sleeping with Ben Zobrist money. Cost $30,000.
That's a party.
This was held at the Zobrist farm, wherever that is. I didn't look it up. But apparently, she got drunk, the pastor got drunk, and they were kind of dirty dancing out on the dance floor.
Each other.
Now, Ben saw this, and apparently other people at the party saw this. Ben was not happy. So later on that night, you know, when things cooled off and everyone was leaving, he was like, what was that? And apparently they got into a little bit of an argument in regards to it. That was probably obviously a first good indication of Ben that something may be going on.
Now, she was spending on average about $25,000 a month on like living expenses for rent, for furniture. This was back in 2018.
Yeah.
The court finally had to cap her off at $30,000 a month.
Because how will she live?
I know, right? Spending so much of his money. Now, if you remember, he actually took some time off when he was with the Cubs. He left the team for a little bit because he wanted to work on his marriage.
It wasn't a little bit. He was gone for like 3/4 of the season.
And so he missed out on a big chunk of his money because he just like, look, I got to deal with this. His wife got mad that they missed out on this money. So she wants more because of this whole thing. All he was trying to do was take care of his stuff.
Yeah, in the public divorce documents, he was apparently coaxed back to the Chicago Cubs to earn $4 million, at least get part of his salary, a third of his salary back, because he missed the first two-thirds of the season. Once again, not good at math.
Juliana is seeking primary custody of the kids and child support. Ben is fighting for a 50-50 parenting plan. Reportedly, no desire to co-parent due to his anger toward his future ex-wife.
Yeah. Wouldn't you say?
This guy is one of the reasons the Cubs won the World Series. Don't screw this guy over. He's a national treasure and a hero.
Don't allow your fandom to get in the middle of this trifling woman, Cotter.
No, that's the main reason. I mean,
I've already sentenced her in public court.
Okay, yeah.
She is sentenced as trifling. Okay, her sentence forever known as trifling. She'd have to wear a T on her shirt or dress,
the scarlet
or blouse,
the scarlet letter. All right, coming up next, the Savannah Arena now has an official name, like every arena on the planet anymore. The rights have been sold. No shock. As that,
did we buy it, dude?
No, I wish.
Oh.
The Cotter and Marshall Arena.
Yeah, that would have been dope.
Why do we miss that? Oh, wait, no, that would have cost money.
Yep.
No shock who actually got the naming rights. Tell you about that. Also getting into details about Hella Mega Week. It's coming up next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Dude, we should have bought this. What the hell were we thinking?
Oh, dear Lord. Money well spent.
We would have got a box and everything. Probably would have got a parking spot. I've been dope. So dope. Yeah, they announced this yesterday, the name of the arena, and then Bob Arablo is there, our close personal friend Bob Arablo, the president of the new ECHL Savannah hockey team. I saw a picture of him.
Cool.
So we'll dive into that here in a bit. Remember, right around 8:30 today, we're playing Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia. Do not play Cotter. Cotter has gotten 2 perfect games in a row. He was 7 for 7 twice in a row. Then he got 6 yesterday. You guys really need to stop taking Cotter on. Take me on. I'm asking for it, literally asking for it. Go ahead and take me on today. You got definitely a better chance of beating me. Also, the person who plays, we're going to hook him up with Living Colour and Hoobstank tickets. That show's next Monday at Victory North. And we'll give you passes to the Tailgate Bar Crawl September 4th with our friends at Savannah Bar Crawl. So just a quick heads up. It's a great time to win some free stuff. Gibby, it's not called Arena McButtface, although I like it.
I'd be okay with that.
And Gibby sent us a trailer for the new Star series Heels. I didn't get an opportunity to watch it. Sorry, Gibby, I'm a bad person. But it's got the dude from Arrow, Stephen Amell.
Yeah, who's actually wrestled multiple times.
Yeah, so he's in that new series. So I don't know if that's. I try to get a chance to watch it here later on today, but I've heard good things. I heard it kind of looks cool.
It's on Stars, so I'll never see it.
Charles goes, well, quit giving Gabe the answers. Nah, trust me. He ain't getting the answers. I don't respect him enough to cheat.
No, just that this is where all that stupid information you've had in your head for so long just pays off.
Mm-hmm. So today's, if for some reason they choose you today, there's 2 multiple choice questions. And personally, I think the questions overall, minimum 3 to 4. I think. I think someone would get 3 to 4.
Yeah, all kinds of. I'm copying and pasting all of the stuff from Facebook. All kinds today.
Yeah.
I think we even got one on the Instagram.
Perfect. So there is one that you may have to hit the reply on. There's someone said a meth lab.
Yeah, I saw that.
But did you get the response, the story of the meth lab?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I checked in a room somewhere outside Portland, Oregon.
Perfect.
All right, I'm going to get my coffee.
Someone's been studying. Well, Cotter does write multiple trivia games a week, so he probably has seen loads of questions that have come across his way. That probably helps, too. He writes multiple games for Hungover Entertainment, which is his kind of like side gig where he goes out and hosts trivia and bingo. Yeah, so we've had company over at my house, family over at my house for the last 4 or 5 days. So I'm excited to kind of get the house back, but also catch up on my programs. I haven't watched Rick and Morty from this past week. I got to catch up on Rick and Morty.
Oh, now they got it YouTube TV. I can as well. All right, coming out of commercials, brand new Greta Van Fleet, Heat Above.
Gibby, even yes, making 1.5K an episode that we do make here at the Cotter and Marsh Show. We still need side gigs. We'd like to have our portfolios diversified. So sometimes you got to do the extra work to make sure that happens.
I need to cut back on my side gig. If anybody wants to host trivia, hit me up because I have some opportunities. You want to make some extra money? You want a side gig? Make that happen. Got a trivia and bingo. I'm looking to the hosting duties. I'm looking to pawn off on people.
Cotter would be your boss, so just a heads up, it's not worth it.
Super easy. Show up, do your thing, don't care.
That's not true.
It's totally true.
There's so much extra stuff. All right. All right, so we're talking about End Market coming up next. That'll be here in about 4 minutes or so. Excuse me. Yeah, the arena name, End Market Arena. That's what it's called. But we'll get into more of that later. For Mount Rushmore today, we're doing the best summer Olympic events. And I got into an article. They're adding a bunch of new events this year.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I mean, they're finally getting some skateboarding stuff with which because they added snowboarding years ago to the Winter Olympics.
Right.
Now, granted, Winter Olympics have fewer events, so they needed something, I think, to, attract the young kids and keep it cool. But I'm surprised it took so long to get to skateboarding. And then, like, rock climbing is a new event. And, yeah, they're adding all kinds of stuff. So that's pretty cool. And they're bringing back baseball and softball.
Yeah, so there's only like 15 Winter Olympic Games.
Mm-hmm.
Alpine skiing, bobsleigh. Sleigh. They say sleigh.
Yeah.
Figure skating, speed skating, snowboarding. The skeleton.
Yeah.
The luge.
Skeleton and luge are kind of the same thing, I think. Different type of sled.
Charles says, I'll do the trivia if we could do it around 5 p.m. I have to hit the hay at 8 p.m. at the place. Oof.
Trivia's from 7 to 9. 7 to 9.
I don't think that's going to work into Charles's busy schedule.
I've had 3 different people lined up to take over Monday Down at New Realm. First was Cam from formerly the Tap House. Now got a new gig. So he's like, man, I love to host trivia. I'm like, Monday nights, yours. He's like, cool. Then he got this new job. He couldn't do it. Had somebody else reach out. It's like, hey, I'm interested. Done. Let's do this. Job got in the way. Can't do it. Somebody else reached out. He got a new job. He can't do it. It's cursed. Cursed, I say.
So I sent you an email in regards to the HBO series, The Righteous Gemstones.
Saw that.
I don't know if you guys did they take baseball and softball because America was beating everyone all the time, or
no? We didn't win a whole lot. So what happened was, it had something to do with the timing of the Olympics and people playing in different leagues, and they weren't getting some like the quality of players they wanted, so they kind of got rid of it. And then it was just because it was relatively new. I think it started in 1984, so it wasn't like they had it forever. So, I mean, it wasn't something that had been around for, a very long time. But, yeah, it had something to do with just the timing of the Olympics and the placement of it. Yeah, but that's pretty cool. Righteous Gemstones filming in Beaufort, looking for some extras.
Hold on, we'll go over the list of extras in between these breaks here.
Cool. Easy money, man. It's kind of a fun thing to go do for a day. Do for a day. Just some extra work. All right, got about 1 minute. 1 minute to go.
Yeah, Phil, I'm glad Cotter was here to answer your question because I wouldn't have been able to answer that. Well, if to answer your question, it's on the list of Olympic Games. How about that?
Yeah, they're bringing it back. All right, 40 seconds. Oh, we also got a Salsa Mark hit us up about Bigfoot. Oh, dear Lord.
Oh, text Salsa Mark. Tell him I tried a salsa last night. It was delicious.
Okay, I'll let you know. Let him know. Dude, he does. It's like the sweet and spicy.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had salsa so sweet yet so hot.
Yeah. He hit some sort of mark there. He gave me a, no pun intended, mark. He gave me a small bottle of this. It was called H&S, and it was called habanero and sweet or something on the lid. But I tried it last night, and it was really, really good.
All right, guys, be right back. Before we get into the name of the new Savannah Arena, just to remind you, Hella Mega Week is going on this week. Your chance to score tickets for the Hella Mega Tour. Green Day, Weezer, and Fall Out Boy going to be in Atlanta July 27th. Nice and easy on how you can score these tickets.
So anytime Green Day, Weezer, or Fall Out Boy are played, all you have to do is text us. The keyword is Hella, Hella. Text that anytime you hear Green Day, Weezer, or Fall Out Boy for your chance to win. We choose a winner every single day.
So Savannah is finally getting the long-needed new arena, and it's going to be awesome. It looks awesome. We need this. Hopefully shows and other great things follow. Well, yesterday, the official name of the arena was announced. I don't think it should be much of a surprise. It is now the End Markets Arena.
Yo, is Parker's mad about this?
I think it's a missed opportunity.
Parker's.
What
How
are you
about
doing?
this? Parker's, one-time opportunity this morning. I'm going to throw it. Can I speak for the show?
Do it.
Parker's, for the low fee of $47,000 a year, great value,
Yeah.
12 months, you will get the naming rights of the Rock 1061 Cotter Marshall Studios.
I like it.
Yeah.
Done and done.
Not the Rock 1061 Studios are actually brought to you by Palmetto Armory. But
State Armory, yeah.
The Cotter and Marshall Studios within the Rock 1061 studio available to Parker's.
Now, I was looking online after the announcement was made yesterday about the End Market Arena, and you got people all kinds of upset that it's being sold or it's being called the End Market Arena. I'm like,
why?
This is just how you do things anymore. Yeah. You find a stadium that's not named after some sort of business.
I mean, they built the Roomba in Las Vegas, right?
Yeah.
And it should have been called just Roomba Stadium because that's who should have got it. But it was now Allegiant Air Stadium, the worst airline out there. Okay? It doesn't need to be.
There's Spirit Airline.
Well, okay. Second worst airline available. I mean, no one wants to call it Allegiant Stadium, but we will forever, okay? You know what? this arena, I love End Market. I go to End Market all the time,
right?
man. Swinging by to grab gas, Snickers bar, whatever I need. I love End Market, okay? I'm just throwing it out there.
Well, I mean, I like it because, End Market is a staple of the community. So it's not like it's some national business coming in and taking the naming rights. End Market is here. They do a lot of good stuff. I'm not getting paid by End Market. I'm just telling you.
Right.
They do a lot of good stuff.
But we're willing to take their money.
Got no issue with it.
Also, we'll offer End Market $50,000 Cotter and Marshall Studios.
But I think this is cool, and it's just going to mean a lot more shows, a lot more events. I'm ready for this to get going. Hockey is coming to this thing.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be fantastic. So the End Market Arena is the name. It cannot open soon enough. Coming up after 7 o'clock, we are going to take your calls, comments, and texts this morning, 800-394-1061. What is the most shocking thing you have ever found in a hotel room or Airbnb? Once again, this is one of those things, everybody has a story.
Yeah.
We want it. Hit us up now. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
I've got two smaller stories. They're not incredibly shocking, but a little something relatable. But
Sure.
Once again, everyone on the stream this morning, thank you so much for joining us. Feel free to share our stream with your friends. But keep this in mind. We want your stories. So let us know. What's the most shocking thing you found in a hotel room, an Airbnb? What else? What other room rentals? Verbo?
Any of it.
Just let us know the most shocking thing you found out there in a room that you've been allowed to stay in with money. And we'll share those stories coming up in just a little bit. We got some great stories from the Rock 1061 Facebook page and Instagram page. So we're excited to share those with you. Sean, Wanda, good morning. Thanks for joining. Dave, good morning as well.
Morning, everybody.
David, Parker should have won. Obviously a Parkers fan. Once again, guys, feel free to share your stories. What's the most shocking thing that you found in a hotel room, an Airbnb, Verbo, wherever the house you've rented a room? And share it with us. Share your stories in the comments, please.
Good to have Don Garman chime in. Don has been a long-time listener of Rock 1061.
Yeah?
So he's got a pretty good story. It's a short one, but I liked it. Hit us up on Facebook for that. Yeah, Don's a good guy. Don's a great guy.
Now that I'm thinking about it, who probably has a great story? Probably has a great story. Our buddy Phil. Phil was already on the chat. He chimed in a little while ago. Phil's fiance actually cleans hotel rooms and Airbnbs and Verbos and stuff. So I'm sure she's passed along a little story to you, Phil. So if you could think of anything or just have, the lady drop in a story for us. But I feel like she's probably found some interesting stuff with what she does.
I've got two. I've got two short ones. I don't remember where I was for one, but I remember where I was for. We went as cheap as we possibly could on a hotel once, and I regretted every minute of that stay. Every minute of that stay.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just not freaking worth it. So I got an email this morning. So the Righteous Gemstones, they have put out one season. It's Danny McBride. He's been in all sorts of movies. Kenny Powers from the HBO series.
He's a comedic genius.
Yeah, he's hilarious. So he has a series called The Righteous Gemstones. It's about a religious family, like one of those like TV families that make millions of dollars, like Joel Osteen.
Yeah, TV evangelist.
Yeah, just as terrible, but it's an entire family called The Righteous Gemstones. Now, the first season's out on HBO. You can probably watch it on HBO Max. It's well worth your time. It's absolutely hilarious. Stars John Goodman as the dude from Workaholics, Adam Devine, a bunch of other great actors
cast.
And actresses. Now they're doing a session of filming in Beaufort, South Carolina, just an hour north of us. And here's what they're looking for, Cotter. So they're going to film August 9th through the 13th. On August 9th only, they need 2 fire breathers.
Can't do that.
All right. Okay. Maybe you could do this. They need a set of identical newborn twins, ages 4 weeks to 3 months, only on August 10th.
Yeah. Once again, I'm out.
They need 5 island dancers on multiple days.
Nope.
10 to 15 landing staff, servers, chefs, etc.
Now, this is extra work. So can I act as landing staff? Can I
of course
act
you
as
can.
a chef?
Of course you can.
Yes, 100%. I can do that.
once again, you'll get like, I don't know, $100 a day or something, right?
Yeah. It's $100 a day. You have to have a couple COVID tests, and they'll reimburse you for those.
Okay, so moving on, they need 20 hip young investors. LA chic types, ages 20 to 30, needed 2 to 5 dates.
This guy right here.
Yep, you're not. Trust me, you're
What?
not. You're not.
I'm
you can't.
young, hip, and chic.
All right, if you could, once you're done lying to yourself, I'll move on. 40 to 50 landing guests to include a few kids. You could be a landing guest.
That. Just stand
Shave,
around.
put your hair back, a little ponytail, wear a suit jacket. I think you'd be able to pull that off. They also need 10 construction workers. You could definitely do that. Like literally just put a hard hat on you right now. You're a construction worker. 5 security.
I got the tattoos. You don't have to be intimidating. I might be able to look intimidating.
No.
Yeah, I got that.
Maybe. Okay.
Give me like a box to stand on so I look taller.
3 to portray camera operators.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah, you can definitely do
I got that.
Yeah, you look like you hate your life. You can hold a camera. And then finally, they're looking for 14 cast photo doubles. That's interesting.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're looking for
Looking for a lot of
like
people.
stand-ins. Yeah, they're looking for a ton of people. Once again, The Righteous Gemstones, the HBO series, is filming for a couple dates up in Beaufort, South Carolina. And they're looking for some people. If you want in on that, you can actually email the group that messaged me, which is trg2background@gmail.com.
And the whole extra thing, I did it one day for one of the worst movies ever, the CBGB movie. It is utter garbage. Don't waste your time. Filmed down at the Jinx. It was a lot of fun. It was a cool experience. Obviously, it was set in the 70s, so you go through costuming, and we got costumes, and we stood around in the Jinx and watched Rupert Grint and a couple other people, basically lip sync some songs. And then when I went back and watched the film, I was so far back at the Jinx, I did not make the movie, but got like $85. Kind of cool. And catering. Food was good.
Proud of you, man.
It was nice.
All right, guys. Once again, we're going into the top of the 7 o'clock hour. Our question of the day is, what is the most shocking thing you found in a hotel room or an Airbnb? Elaine, Sean, thank you so much for sharing your stories. Once again, the question of the day, what's the most shocking thing you found in a hotel room or an Airbnb? Feel free to share those stories once again. We'll share them here in about 8-ish minutes or so once we go back on the air here at Rock 106.1. On the way this hour as well, inside the 7 o'clock hour, obviously we will play back your comments, texts, and phone calls. And we're looking at a story where it kind of breaks down the 4 types of drunk people. So we'll go over that story, and then we'll kind of lay out who we are, who we think we are when we come to drunks.
So you have matured as a drunk person.
Don't say things you don't mean.
No, I mean it. So because we've known each other for a long time. So I saw Marshall in his early 20s. So you have gone from one type of drunk person to another.
Okay, sure.
I've seen both. And I haven't seen the other one since, early 20 Marshall.
Okay.
So you've matured as a drunk.
I don't know if you have. I don't think you have.
That's
at
fine.
all.
I'm okay with that.
So that's all coming up here in the 7 o'clock hour today. Obviously, some really cool stuff to win in the 8 o'clock hour, as I previously mentioned. I'm really excited. I'm always the guy that likes to go out and do something. This weekend, I'm really happy about not going out and doing anything. I think this weekend's a big, as long as the weather cooperates, which it hasn't been.
I know.
Like to sit out at the pool, have a couple drinks, get a little workout in, because I've been eating out like every single day for the last week, and I just feel disgusting with myself.
It shows.
Yeah. No, you can see it.
No, yeah. So we're out this weekend. As soon as the show's over on Friday, heading to the Mount Dora, Lake Dora.
Yeah.
And I checked the weather yesterday. It's 40 to 50% chance of rain.
Well, it's Florida, man.
I know it's Florida, so I'm not too concerned. But regardless, this is one of those vacations that we're not doing much of anything.
Mm-hmm.
Friday night, sitting around the Airbnb. Saturday, it's like our family, we love to have like game days. We'll just play games all day. Saturday, it's all we're doing. Don't plan on going anywhere. We're bringing some games down, going to play some cards, have the Olympics on in the background, just chill out. This is the type of vacation I need. Harry Potter World, Universal was great, but you come back and you're just like, I'm more tired now than I was before I got there. So this is a rest and relaxation vacation.
It's a good one.
I know.
David actually just messaged us, said, not a Airbnb, but I have a customer that her welcome mat says, come inside. A stripper pole and nude paintings on the wall, and she's in her 20s, single. Well, that's something. Oh, my God. Wanda, thank you for that story. We'll share that here in just a little bit. Once again, guys, our question of the day is, what's the most shocking thing you found in a hotel room or an Airbnb, a Verbo, whatever?
Any rental property. All right, so I've got plenty. It sounds like you've got quite a few. Do you want me to start with mine? Do you want to start with yours?
I've got 3. How many do you have? You got more. Let me start with...
You've only got 3 from there? Okay.
Let me start with mine.
Okay.
Mine's really quick, but should eclipse the music bed, and then jump into some of yours.
Okay.
Get into, I don't know,
I'm going to read
like 2 or 3 max, and then we'll come back, and then we'll each have 3 on the back side of it. We'll see where it goes. Hopefully we can get a phone call off this. If not, we can just run a twofer, and then in the middle of the 7 o'clock hour, I mean, we could bring up the Righteous Gemstones thing if you want to.
Yeah,
I think I had something else as well I was going to bring up to you.
Yeah, that's cool. No, I think the Righteous Gemstone thing is cool. I'll do Charles and Don's. So do yours, Charles and Don's. You want to break after that, or you want to hold on to your 3?
I'll do one. I'll do Sean's, and I'll hold on to Elaine and Wanda's.
Perfect. All right, I'll do Charles. So you do yours, Charles, Don's, Sean's, break, come back. Perfect. Not in a bad way, but this week is going by slow.
Oh, it's fine, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, not in a bad way, but it definitely seems to be moving on a lot slower than normal.
Yeah. I wanted to get to videos yesterday. Didn't happen.
Yeah.
So hopefully plan on doing a bunch of them today. We'll have a new series. So all of our Mount Rushmores will actually.
Okay, cool.
I'll be pulling those out so you guys can watch them in digestible little bites as well. Ooh, Andrew. I don't like that story. Yeah. Share that on the air here in a bit.
Gross.
But once again, thanks for chiming in. Do appreciate it.
All right, we got about 2 minutes. 2 minutes? Also got the latest tune from Mammoth WVH, Wolfgang Van Halen, Don't Back Down. This kid is uber talented. Mm-hmm. Holy crap, man. So recorded this first album. He played all the instruments. I mean, he's got a band so they could tour together. And the first song, obviously, Distance, about his dad, is a great song. This Don't Back Down song, I like even better. I mean, this kid's talented as hell. I hope he has just an incredible run. I mean, super talented.
Phil, thanks for sharing that story as well. All right, so I got a couple extra stories added here, so we may be able to pull off a 3 for here.
Okay, yeah, we got plenty.
All right,
we can get like one call. That would be awesome.
So I'll do mine, go into a couple of yours, and I'll do one, and we'll jump out. I'll jump out with Sean's story with the phallic item.
Okay,
that's your audio cue. Once again, guys, thanks for hanging around, and also for anyone else joining the stream right now, what is the most shocking thing you found in a hotel room or an Airbnb? Thank you all for joining us this morning, and let us know your stories via the chat. You can type it in right now, whether you're watching us on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook.
All right, guys, be right back. Have you ever found weed in a hotel room or Airbnb?
Weed,
we got a listener who did. We'll tell you that story in just a bit. But don't forget, hop on the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Watch the show. Join the Horde. They're all awesome people, except for Greg, but you'll get used to him. It's fine. But Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. All right, today, we are taking your calls, comments, and texts. And I think this is a topic that everybody should have a story for. What is the most shocking thing you have ever found in a hotel room, Airbnb, any sort of rental property?
Yeah, and after reading some of our listener stories, I have obviously lived a blessed life. I have lived such a great life. My stories do not definitely fit in the same realm as theirs, but I'll share mine anyway.
Okay.
So in a recent trip, and actually not a recent trip, it was actually a trip that happened a few years ago, a trip that you actually joined me on.
Okay.
So I was in Atlanta, Georgia for a wedding.
Okay.
Probably about 8 years ago-ish.
Just a minute.
So I got in, and immediately I dropped my stuff off because I was part of a wedding, so I was going down to rehearsal, and I just threw all my bags on the floor. So I come back to the hotel room, and there is like a half an inch of water on the floor, and I'm like, the first thing is like, what did we do? I'm like, did we flush a toilet? Did we leave something on? And we ran into the restroom, or the bathroom inside of our hotel room, and there was nothing. I'm like, where is this water coming from? Apparently, there was a leak up above, and it just like flooded my room. So my suitcases, the clothes on the bottom portion of my suitcase, completely soaked. They apologized. They actually comped me the room.
Okay.
Yeah, put me in another one, which is awesome. Total win for me. And the other time, another bad experience I had was I was staying in a hotel near Disney World. Disney World is in California or Land?
Land's in California.
Obviously a big Disney fan. I was at Disneyland in California. I was staying in a hotel, like an official Disney hotel.
Okay.
And they were doing construction right next door. Well, I found ants in my room.
Oh.
And immediately, I've already had bad experiences other places, and I learned that I can pretty much get a free hotel room if I complain about anything.
Right.
So I complained. They comped me like 50% off my hotel room and then gave me free parking. Totally worth it. But I found ants. And once again, those are the worst experiences I've ever had in my life when it comes to like Airbnbs or hotel rooms.
Right.
I mean, people have experienced much worse stuff.
All right, Big Bald and Sexy hit us up. He said a couple years ago we booked a room that was supposed to be at a nicer hotel in Atlanta. We checked in, went to the room, and we were met with the smell of mildew.
Ugh.
And he's like, there was mildew on the walls, curtains, absolutely everything. Plus, the AC was barely running. He said they, needless to say, they walked us to another hotel across town. So they didn't have another room for him there. Probably covered all in mildew. Got another place.
Wait, they walked you to another hotel across town?
That's what it says.
That's like a very long walk.
Don Garman hit us up. This was his timeshare in Myrtle Beach. He said, 1 year, I found someone's stash and pipe. Worked out great because I was out. Next year, he goes back to his timeshare. There's a note there that just said, "You're welcome."
That's awesome.
That's an amazing story.
That's playing the long game.
Oh, that's so great. So great.
All right, how about this? So Sean hit us up on the chat and said, my worst experience was a phallic item / device was found in a bedside table in Alpharetta. He goes, I also found a gun under the mattress at a hotel in Brunswick. He goes, that was a fun one. Quick question.
Yeah.
Cotter, when you go into an Airbnb, a hotel room, are you looking under the mattress?
No.
What do you think? Sean was also hiding his gun, and then he found another gun.
He was looking for a place to put his stuff, maybe,
or maybe he was a little high, and that was actually his gun the whole time.
He didn't know.
Yeah, he just didn't know. Which, for our friend, very, very plausible.
Oh yeah, no, very, very plausible. And with the sex toy, you know it's been used.
Mm-hmm.
You know it was not clean sitting in that drawer.
Yeah. And also, how about the maids there? What do we call them? The house cleaning people?
Yeah.
Like, not doing their job. Shouldn't they check all drawers?
They probably did and went, nope, not touching that. I don't know where that's been at all.
Good Lord.
All right, call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. What is the most shocking thing you've ever found in a hotel room, Airbnb, any sort of rental property. My experience, I'll just say things were moist.
Ugh.
Very moist.
Right.
We got the story coming up
Wet.
next. Cotter and Marshall Show. Here's Mammoth WVH. It's Don't Back Down. We need your stories now. Give us a call. Rock 1061.
Kelly goes, I'll be looking under the mattresses from now on.
No doubt. Yeah, I've never looked under them.
No.
One of them, well, I've got two stories. One of them I'm not going to get to. We went to a hotel, probably Florida, just because we go to Florida a lot. And we were just kind of sitting around the room. It wasn't a place that we weren't there to do stuff at the hotel. It was just a place to stay.
Mm-hmm.
But we picked up one of the pillows, and there are bugs underneath.
Oh.
And it's like, I think those are bed bugs. I mean, we tried to Google bed bugs. Okay.
Sorry, it's our lights not blinking.
That's not us.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Tried to, we Googled what bed bugs looked like. We're pretty sure they were bed bugs. So I go downstairs, and I'm carrying the pillow. This was us.
What the hell? This thing's not studio issues, guys.
Maybe not.
All right.
We go downstairs, and I'm like, look, I would like new pillows. I want all new pillows and all this stuff. And I'm like, I think we got bed bugs. And they're like, those aren't bed bugs. I'm like, but they're bugs. They're bed bugs. Look at the picture right here. Those aren't bed bugs. They came up and they switched everything out and did all of it. It's just like they would not admit that they were bed bugs.
Yeah. I have very clear evidence these are bed bugs. And they didn't even give you a new room?
I don't think we got a new room. I don't remember.
Good Lord. Dave says in that industry, I always change mattresses for bed bugs. Yikes.
Don't say studio issue. Oh, we have to change we said we'd change
we'll do it
today.
Yeah, we'll do it today.
All right, got about 2 minutes. I can share mine.
Lane says that it could have been the housekeeper's toy.
Maybe.
Ooh, Sean's laying out that it was a double tree. Double trees are okay. I mean, there are no Marriotts. No Omnis. It looks like Charles is having a stroke. He just commented, my. Okay, someone call an ambulance for Charles. He's having a stroke, guys. Just the one word.
So I can share mine.
Yeah.
You got some stories?
Yeah, Wanda's is great. So
Okay.
we'll jump into Wanda's here, and then maybe this is my early morning brain. I can't say piss, or can I say piss?
Not in reference to actually pee.
Right.
You can say I'm pissed,
but
but you can't say there's piss everywhere.
covered in piss.
Yeah, don't say that.
Gotcha.
Semantics.
And trying to find the two, like there's. Oh, that's another one too.
You gonna read? How many are you gonna read?
Phil, thank you so much for that other story. Let's see. I'm definitely going to do Wanda's, and you know what? I think I'm going to do Phil's here. I like Phil's here too.
Okay,
The
so-
new Phil story. So I'll do two. I'll do two here, and then outside of that, I mean, technically I have three more.
Okay, so I'll do mine. You do those two. I'll do Shannon's. We'll break, and then we can decide what we want to do. All right, be right back, guys. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. We are taking your calls, comments, and texts this morning. 800-394-1061. What is the most shocking thing you've ever found in a hotel room or Airbnb? The weirdest thing, most shocking thing, my wife and I went uber cheap. I mean, the cheapest $30 a night hotel.
Ooh.
It was a mistake. So, Sandusky, Ohio.
When was this?
This was before we moved here 15 years ago.
Okay.
I mean, we didn't have a lot of money, at least less than we have now, so had to go uber cheap. Going to Sandusky, Ohio, check out Cedar Point. So imagine this. You get to the hotel, you go to check in. It's not your typical, it's like a drive-in kind of check-in kind of place.
Sure.
So you drive in, you do the check-in, and you look around. And there are people grilling out on the steps of this motel.
Yeah, they live there.
That's it.
Yeah.
This was not somebody just there for the weekend.
Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn.
I wish it was any of those things. But no, these are people not there for the weekend. I mean, because this was them grilling out on the steps of this place. And then as I'm looking down, there are more people just hanging out talking. I'm like, this is home for people.
Yeah.
So we get into the hotel room, super tiny. The floor squishes as we walk.
Oh, the floor was lava.
It was like,
except it was disgusting.
I mean, sorry, Mac. It was uber moist.
Yeah.
And then we go over to where like the bathroom is. The shower curtain absolutely covered in mold. The bed, it's like Savannah after it rains, the humidity, it just like hits you as soon as you walk in that room. The bed, I don't know if it was
That's
wet.
because the door didn't lock. It's just constantly open.
I don't know if it was wet, but the bed felt wet. You know, this time we did try to go ask for a new room, and like we don't have anything left. So I mean, we were stuck.
Right. It was full of crackheads.
Dude, it was the most. I mean, neither of us slept at all that night because we're like, we're gonna die. Somebody's breaking. We're going to die in Sandusky, Ohio.
Did the locks even work?
I think I don't remember them not. So I'm gonna say yes. But I mean the squishing across the floor when you walked in. I will never pay $30 for a hotel again in my life.
All right, so we've got a whopper of a story from Wanda from the stream that I do have to share here.
Okay.
So Wanda says, the only off-the-wall thing I have is this. I would help my dad at a motel. He was running when I was 14. We had quickie rooms. She goes, I've seen more hookers, used condoms, human fluids that I care to recall.
Oh, gross.
Wow. Also, she mentions, she goes, we charge $20 for 3 hours for these rooms.
That's a great deal.
She goes, we wrote everything in a book at the time. I pocketed a lot of money that summer. So congratulations, Wanda. If you had to help your dad clean up those quickie rooms, I would definitely take some money off the top.
That may be the most disgusting story yet. That's really gross.
Well, how about this one? Our buddy Phil chimed in. His fiance works for a cleaning company. He said, so this one time, the fiance was cleaning and heard these two guys talking about their wild weekend. And when she went inside their room, both the bathrooms were completely soaked in water. And she said there were pubes everywhere.
Oh.
Also, one of those guys was caught on the security camera the night before, completely butt naked, outside, peeing outside the front door onto the landing, the floor. Like he just opened his front door and just peed out the front door, which leads me to believe all guys like to pee outside.
It's a theory. I think we prove this theory more and more each day.
I actually kind of like that guy, except that he peed and put his pubes everywhere.
Shannon hit us up and said meth lab, and then elaborated. Checked into a room. We're somewhere outside of Portland, Oregon, and the room next to us wide open. Well, we thought nothing of it until the cops showed up, had us at gunpoint, thinking the meth lab that was in that room was actually theirs. Now, she said this was back in the 90s when my friends and I were young. They were following fish around. So the cops thought they had the right people with the way they all looked.
Right.
You know, the big fish fans. So after a round of questioning, they actually let us go, made us get another room so they can actually catch the real meth heads who are cooking in this establishment.
That is incredible. That's a great story, man. I mean, when do you accidentally walk into a meth? I mean, I guess the meth lab was next to their hotel room.
It was next door, but it was wide open, and you're thinking, well, look at these guys right here.
Look at that pristine meth lab right there.
All right, call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. What is the most shocking thing you've ever found in a hotel room or Airbnb? Got some great stuff so far. Would love to get a call on the air. So hit us up, 800-394-1061. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Yikes. Sean goes, to elaborate on why he looked under the mattress. Sean says the bed frame was making some noise, like it was loose. I was trying to figure out if it just needed tightened up or something. I was not high or drunk, and it was not my gun, LOL. It was a trash-ass high point. Well, there you go. There you go. Here's a phone call coming in right here.
There's phone. I don't know where the phone is on the board anymore. Things got moved around. Rock 1061, who's this?
Hi, my name is Melanie.
Hi, Melanie. You got a story for us?
I sure do.
All right, what you got?
A couple of years ago, my friend and I were staying in Tampa right outside of Ybor City.
Okay.
And we rented a hotel room for the week, and it was like a small, the ones that have a kitchenette.
Oh.
And my friend got there before I did, and as soon as I got to the room, she said, you have to come and look into the bathroom. And I said, okay. So I went into the bathroom with her, and we opened up the cupboard underneath the sink, and we found wigs and beads.
Sounds like that.
Evidently somebody from Ybor City must have rented that room and had a great time.
What kind of beads? Are we talking Mardi Gras beads, or are we talking like anal beads? I'm just curious.
Mardi Gras.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Things could have got really weird. I just wanted to make sure.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I should have been more specific.
Awesome. All right, cool.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Melanie. All right, see ya.
Yeah, it's a fun one. Let's do that. I'll start off with a couple of my stories, and we can wrap up with that. Do you have anything else on yours?
Yeah, I got a couple more. Let me edit this up real quick, guys. We'll be right back.
Yeah, the anal beads thing was too good. I wasn't going to try to top that.
Shit, sorry.
Sorry, you didn't catch that, guys. Thank you, Jeremy. Anyway, so back on the chat. Thank you for hanging around. Once again, we're going to break down the 4 types of drunk people coming up here in just a few moments. That'll happen after we do this break here.
All right. Yeah. So I got one. So I'll start with that.
Okay.
You going to do 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In the call. Perfect. All right, guys, got about 30 seconds. All right, be right back. Good morning. We're taking the calls, comments, and texts today. 800-394-1061. What is the most shocking thing you've ever found in a hotel room, Airbnb, or any sort of rental property? Great stories today. Got a call from Melanie coming up in just a second. Now, Lindsay hit us up on Facebook and said, I was staying in a hostel in New York. Have you ever done the hostel thing?
No.
I don't think I ever could. That just, I mean, because it's just like a free-for-all.
That's a young man's game.
Yeah,
I'm past that.
I'm too old. Anyway, staying in a hostel in New York, some friends as a teenager, and we come back late one night to find a man sleeping in one of my friends' bunk. So we moved all of our stuff to another bunk. We woke up to him packing his stuff up and leaving at 3:00 in the morning.
Okay.
The next night, they're hanging out, they're playing cards, having a good time, and then another dude unlocks the door. He walks in, stares at him eerily, quickly turns around, and bolts out of the room. The hostel didn't allow anybody else to come in. I mean, the whole hostel thing, especially after seeing the movie Hostel, there's no way.
So that movie ruined it for you.
Well, yes. I didn't know hostels were a thing prior to that movie.
Oh, okay.
And now that they are a thing, they're creepy. I mean, you're. It's like, you know, you go out to like Mrs. Wilkes and you have like the family style dinner. This is like family style hotels. They just stick you with people you don't know. How messed up is that?
It's like on the basis and thought process that everyone's a good person. So
they're not.
Yeah, but they are not. Good, solid point, Cotter. But yeah, I completely agree. Hostels are beyond at least me at this point.
I don't get it.
So on the stream, Elaine has a good story here. She goes, I stayed in Atlanta once. Pretty shocking to be staying next door to the drug dealer and having a customer banging on your door at 2 a.m. She goes, thank God we were locked and loaded that night. Now, Phil chimed in with another story. He goes, my fiance was cleaning an Airbnb and found lots of weed, shrooms, and condoms and tampons all over the place. Apparently, there was a video taken afterwards because they had to take video of how bad it was.
Yeah.
He goes, I have not seen it, and no way do I ever want to.
All right, calls, comments, and text. What's the most shocking thing you've ever found in a hotel room or Airbnb? Got a call from Melanie.
A couple of years ago, my friend and I were staying in Tampa, right outside of Ybor City.
Okay.
And we rented a hotel room for the week, and it was like a small, the ones that have a kitchenette.
Oh.
And my friend got there before I did, and as soon as I got to the room, into the bathroom. And I said, okay. So I went into the bathroom with her, and we opened up the cupboard underneath the sink, and we found wigs and beads. Yeah, evidently somebody from Ybor City must have rented that room and had a great time.
What kind of beads? Are we talking Mardi Gras beads or are we talking like anal beads? I'm just curious.
Mardi Gras.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Things could have got really weird. I just wanted to make sure. I think it's a fair question. You find beads? I mean, because if they're, anal beads, yeah. I'm out. I'm out 100%.
In Ybor City, down near Tampa Bay? Yeah, I would definitely question the bead choice there as well.
All right, coming up next, found a study from the University of Missouri. They say there are 4 different types of drunk people. So we're going to talk about the 4 different types, and then I think you and I should discuss what type of drunk people we think we are.
100%.
I've experienced 2 different types of drunk marshal. Young drunk marshal.
Awesome and awesome? You
Older.
mean? Yeah. I'm always that way. Thank you.
Young drunk marshal and older drunk marshal.
Okay.
So we'll tell both of those coming up here in a bit. What type of drunk are you? We'll find out together. Alice in Chains. Here's Rooster. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
I'm going to be using the restroom. I'll be right back.
Do it. All right, then coming up after 8 o'clock, going to get to Summer Olympic events for our Mount Rushmore as the Olympics kick off today. I want to say NBC is actually showed, I don't know how long it's going to last without a crowd, the opening ceremony's live for the first time ever when it was in a different country. They're showing that this morning. I'm sorry, that's tomorrow. It's Friday, or 2 days from now. I'm thinking it's Friday already. My brain's on vacation. They're actually going to show it live Friday morning around 6 o'clock and then primetime Friday night as well. So you can definitely check out the opening ceremonies if that's your thing. I'll be doing it. All right. So after Rooster, Alice in Chains going to talk about the 4 different types of drunk personalities. See what type of personality you are. Then we'll talk about what types of drunks Marshall and I are. Like I said, I have seen 2 different types of drunk marshal. I mean, there are probably some gray area here with some of them, so there's probably multiple. But if we're going to stick to these 4, I've seen 2 different types. And for me, I don't know, man. I think I fall into one of these, but maybe not. We'll see. I know Marshall's going to say one of them because of one incident, but I still think it was more of a different one. We'll see, though. We'll see what he says. Curious. Still going to be joined by Mac this morning, 9 o'clock, Chicks on Dudes. We've got trivia on the way. And, of course, we'll wrap up the show with Marshall's Music News. So plenty still to get to. 2.5 hours left in the show. Oh, that's awesome. All right, guys, there's the chat. And I'm telling you, I can't stop watching the Olympics. I'll watch them all 2 weeks, except for water polo and any of the equestrian events. Just can't get into those. I mean, I've got others that are just golf. It's fine. But about anything else, I am in 100%. And rugby, last Olympics, rugby debuted as a sport. It's awesome. It's rugby sevens, so it's a smaller game. It's a quicker game. Lots of scoring. It's so much fun to watch. It is extra hot in here today. I think I'm sweating through the back of my shirt, which is gross. I apologize. Speaking of, I'm going to switch chairs. Maybe that's part of it. All right, there we go. Much better. Much better. All right, got about 2.5 minutes. Back into it. Now we get a call. All right, not enough time. Not even going to try. Getting a call. Don't have enough time to take it, though. All right, big thank you for everybody hanging out this morning. Yeah, looking forward to the weekend. Mount Dora, a little vacation time with the family. Should be nice. Just hanging out, not doing much of anything. All right, we got about a minute 10. We'll hop into this. 4 types of drunk personalities. This is from the University of Missouri. We'll quickly talk about the types of personality, and then we'll talk about what types of drunk people we are. At least we think we are. All right, got about 45 seconds.
I got a story about the original director of Space Jam talking about the new Space Jam. We'll talk about that after this break here off
Is he
air.
talking S? Yeah. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream this morning. Going to talk about drunk people. Psychologists at the University of Missouri have found there are 4 different types of drunk people. So there are 4 drunk personalities. Now,
Right.
I'm assuming there's gray area everywhere when it comes to being drunk.
Sure.
Because I think it's hard to, pigeonhole it just to 4. But here they are. And then we're going to talk about what type of drunk people we think each other are. Number 1, which is the most people, 42% of us don't change much at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't exactly agree with that. I think alcohol really changes us. I mean, slightly, not at all, not much at all. I don't know.
Now, I find that hard to believe. Now, maybe if you're just getting a mild buzz on, yeah, I don't think it's going to change all that much. But, you pound a few, become a different person most of the time.
Yeah, you're drinking like 3 or 4 10% beers. Yeah, you are on a different planet.
All right, number 2, 20% get a lot more courage and become louder and more outgoing. Men are more likely to become that way than women.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah, we are all exaggerated personalities of ourselves when we get a little drunk. 100%, and we need everyone to know. That's why we get louder.
Number 3, 15% become much nicer and more compassionate. And just to keep these stereotypes going, women are more likely to fall into this category than men.
I don't hang out with those people.
I don't.
I need loud, brash drunk personalities like me to be the way that I can be. So I think I've hung out with this drunk maybe once, and they just annoy me.
Yeah, I've seen people who get like handsy and a little lovey, and they just want to, they just want to be nice.
Yeah, nicer, more compassionate could also lead to that could just be the weepy drunk. The cry drunk. Oh, I love my kids. I don't care about your stupid kids. I'm trying to get drunk.
And finally, 23% become argumentative and start fights.
No.
Believe it or not, women are twice as likely to have this drunk personality than men.
Yeah, there's some aggressive drunk women types, but there's guys get this way more than women. It's kind of surprising me that women are twice as likely to have this type of personality trait.
So if we take a look at each other, we'll start with you. What type of drunk personalities, we think you are, Marshall?
Mm-hmm.
So I've experienced 2 different. If I'm looking strictly at these 4, the list here. So back in younger Marshall days, I would say number 4 that I experienced. And
right.
I can think of 2 situations.
Okay, I probably forgot them, but tell me.
We had a concert at for one of our stations.
Mm-hmm.
It was a rock show. We were serving beer inside where you can buy it, but we had like coolers in the back that we were drinking from. So we were pounding beers all night long, and we all got drunk. But there was a situation with an ex-girlfriend that got you riled up, and then you just got ticked and mad. And remember trying to just calm you down after a few beers, and that's tough sometimes. And the other time involves a woman as well. It was
ladies ruin my life,
man. New Year's Eve, we were driving around in a limo, hitting different bars.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're drinking because I think it was Captain Morgan. Was it Captain Morgan the sponsor?
I think so, yeah.
So, I mean, we're drinking for free all night long. It's for the radio station. We're hitting up different bars. And at the very end, we're ready to go home. Once again, woman involved. I don't know if it's a phone call. I don't know what it is. You got mad. You got out of the limo, slammed the door, and then started walking home.
Yeah.
And you're walking through the worst section of town.
Yeah.
And I'm panicked because I'm like, you don't want to be mad walking down that section of town, dude. What are you doing? Trying to get the limo to track you down.
I mean, yeah, actually, it kind of goes into number 2 with the courage.
Well, and this is how I think you've matured as a drunk.
Oh, okay.
Because I would say right now, and you got a big personality anyway, but right now, Marshall, number 2 is where you're at when you're drunk. I mean, not that I would say it's less of a courage thing. It's just more loud and more outgoing. I'm not saying you get, it's like there's no courage.
Right.
But it's just the loud and outgoing part. You don't know how many times I've been Ric Flair chopped by you, Marshall.
Dude.
Once you gave so many
I
beers.
love Ric Flair chopping people when I'm drunk.
When
I'm sorry.
You get drunk so many times. Just multiple chops across my chest.
You know what's fun? Screaming, woo! And then like Ric Flair chopping people. I just love it. So if you drink with me, there's a good chance I'll do that to you.
Yes.
Man or woman, I do not discriminate.
But no, I mean, it's like your big personality is already on a 10. It's like a 25.
Yeah.
Once you drink too much. So, I mean, I think
sounds about right.
Younger Marshall 4, 30, almost 40-year-old Marshall, solid 2.
Okay.
Solid 2 is where you're at.
Well, I'm hoping I become such a drunk at one point. I'm like number 1. I essentially am just pickling myself and I become nothing. Hopefully I don't really change much at all. I can go to that 42%, that number 1 choice one day.
All right, so coming up next, we'll find out what type of drunk I am. We're going to do that next. 4 types of drunks according to the University of Missouri. Where do you fall? You can hit us up with the text, 800-394-1061. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Wanda said, I used to just get loud and just go do whatever. Wild Wanda over there when she was drinking. I'm sure Cotter has talked about it in the 8 o'clock hour. We'll break out the Mount Rushmore, talk about Hella Mega Week, and play some trivia for some stuff.
We'll come right out of stops in here.
Sure thing. Lane says, depends on what I'm drinking and my mood before I start drinking.
Yeah. I think there are going to be exceptions to these 4, occasionally. But I would say most of the time now it's definitely just loud, boisterous, drunk Marshall.
Charles says, I agree with Lane. Different spirits, different moods. Most drinks, I get horny. Gross. Tequila and gin make me want to kick everyone's ass. There you go. Make sure that when I hang with Charles, I need to make sure he only drinks tequila or gin.
My brother-in-law will not drink tequila anymore because he's gotten so many fights when he was younger drinking tequila. Okay. He refuses to drink it. He's like, it just makes me angry. It's like his Hulk serum.
Yeah. Actually, I really enjoy, when it comes to, tequila, don't give me the bottom shelf stuff is essentially garbage, the gold tequila. Silver tequila is okay if you mix it correctly, but a nice smoky mezcal, I've become a huge fan of smoky mezcals. Not really drinking it straight,
right?
But serving it with some, some minor accoutrements, like some nice lime or lemon juice to help kind of cut the smokiness, but it is perfect. I love mezcal tequila.
Yeah, I had my first taste of it not that long ago when the Dicks came into town. We all did shots of tequila, mezcal.
Ooh, you don't shoot mezcal, dude.
I don't know, whatever we did.
Yeah, it's definitely it's the classier grown up tequila of all the tequilas. Yeah, mezcal for sure. Heather says Fireball is the worst. Yes, Fireball is for the young man. Yeah. We're way past Fireball.
Yeah, I can't do Fireball.
I mean, I can. Yeah. And I've done it multiple times with Cam from the Tap House, formerly the Tap House.
It is his go-to. Growing up, we had I don't know if it's Aftershock is still a thing. It was kind of like a Fireball.
Oh, yeah.
That's the stuff I puked on my 21st birthday.
Gross.
Goldschlager. Remember that was a thing? Flakes of gold.
Wanda says Tony won't touch tequila, speaking of her husband, because he passed out in his parents' yard trying to go inside. Whoops. Sean says there's a tequila that comes in a tall blue bottle. It was amazing. No idea what his name, but damn. I don't know that one. Elaine says, she goes, I actually had to stop drinking tequila in my 30s, started taking too much to catch a buzz. Oh, so good. She was so good. Were you the greatest of all time at drinking tequila? The GOAT?
So, I mean, there's the tequila story. I think we've talked about it on the stream with the NFL player. But there's also, it's like the first time Adelita's Way came and played. Oh, shit, we got a call. Oh, no, hold on, guys. Rock 1061, who's this?
It's your buddy Vic.
What's up, Vic?
Vic.
Figure I'd tell you what kind of drunk I am.
Tell us.
We want to hear it.
I'm the kind of drunk I don't stop. I can't stop, dude. I just keep on and on and on and on. And I pay for it dearly.
In what way?
Sometimes I'm hungover. Sometimes I'm broke as hell because I ain't got no money left. That's all I'm doing.
But what about you personally? I mean, do you hit a different level of Vicness after a few too many?
Yeah, I'm fucking bulletproof.
I get that. I get that.
And Vic, you don't drink any liquor. You drink primarily Miller High Lifes. That's correct, right?
Yeah, no alcohol, dude. Like I said, I got any in me, man. Alcohol turns me inside out. That turns me pissed off.
I get that.
Well, Vic, thanks for calling in, buddy. What are you doing today? Anything cool?
Shit. They might be my last day.
Oh, you've been talking about this.
Yeah, I'm coming to work with y'all so I can drink beer on the job.
We'll let you know when your job interview is.
All right, fellas. Y'all have a good day, man.
I see you, Vic.
See you.
Bye.
We won't have time, but I would say play back that call at the end of our bit. But we have
I don't have time to edit
30
it,
seconds.
Unfortunately. And spoiler alert, Vic can be mean when he's drunk.
Yeah, we've seen Vic drunk, and he's kind of a mean guy.
He got a little grumpy at the concert. A little grumpy.
Heather says, yeah, it's still around, Aftershock. My mother taught me how to drink with Aftershock. Your mom had to teach you how to drink?
All right, guys, we'll be right back. Psychologists out of the University of Missouri have found there are 4 different types of drunk people. Type number 1, they don't change much at all. Type number 2, lots of courage, become louder, more outgoing. Type number 3, much nicer, more compassionate. And type number 4, argumentative and loves to start fights.
Now, Cotter, you said I was kind of the last one in my younger years, but I become a lot more just boisterous and louder and full of courage when I drink.
I think that's 100% true.
In my later years. So let me break you down real quick. So I think for the most part, regular drinking Cotter, you are the nicer, more compassionate person.
Okay.
You turn slightly into a girl. And I'm used to this. So that's why I make sure I walk you to your car.
Yeah.
Make sure you get home safely. I don't want anyone touching my Cotter.
Holds my hair back when I puke.
Absolutely.
It's so nice.
Well, I'm a gentleman.
Yes.
As you know. But, I mean, when we hit epic levels of Cotter, which I would say on average at this point is about once a year, at least in my presence.
I think that's fair.
Back in the day, it was a little bit more often. You'd be a number 2. You'd be courage, louder, more outgoing. Now, the last real incident that I remember of you becoming loud, boisterous, more outgoing was when you and I were having a few beers at your house with some of our friends. It was we had like a beer bottle share type thing, and we had like a cup where everyone would pour the beer, like the spit beer, like they didn't want to drink the rest of the beer that we were trying, and they would put it in this pint glass. Well, the pint glass was full at the end of the night. There was a couple of them.
Yeah.
And you challenged me to chug one of those pints, like to see who could drink one faster. Well, I knew you are epic. You are one of the best ever at chugging beers out of pint glasses. You just are. That's a gift that God gave to you. I knew I wasn't going to win this, so I was like, nah, dude, I'm good. Because I was somewhat sober at that point, surprisingly. You weren't. You were epic Cotter. You were number 2, loud, boisterous, outgoing.
Right.
And you started calling me words I can't repeat on the air.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I've been told.
And no, we don't have. I actually have video and audio of this. If we could play it back one day, but I just went to the bathroom and I just stayed in there for 5 minutes, and I just heard you screaming my name. Marshall, get in here! You you're my dad screaming at me to get in there to chug a spit cup full of beer. Anyway, you drank it with someone else. Someone stepped in my spot because they wanted probably you to shut up. And you immediately passed out.
Yeah, I did.
You drank it, and then you were like, okay, guys, and you walked away, and then you never came back for the rest of the night. And we were in your house for another hour or two.
I know.
Yeah.
I woke up the next day without a hangover, shockingly.
Yep.
No, I slept for 12 hours. I don't passed out for 12 hours?
Right.
Whatever. I didn't remember any of this. And I wake up, my wife is just laughing. And she had to show me the video.
Yeah.
And I still don't remember it.
And that's the thing is we have 2 people recording, so we have multiple. We can make it into a movie.
We could.
But that's the type of drunk you are. For the most part, nicer, compassionate, a little weepy, woman-like. But when you get epic Cotter, my favorite Cotter, it's that louder, boisterous Cotter, because we don't get that a whole lot.
No, I'm getting older, man. I got to pace that Cotter out. It's just, I'll be the death of myself if I hit that zone way too many times.
Right.
All right, coming up after 8 o'clock, we've got the Mount Rushmore Summer Olympics. I guess technically underway, but the opening ceremony is officially this Friday night. So we're going to put together our Mount Rushmore of Summer Olympic events. What are some of your favorites? What would make your Mount Rushmore? Hit us up with the text or on the chat. The text is 800-394-1061. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
So Phil, our buddy, was at that meeting. On the chat, he goes, laughing my ass off. That meeting was hilarious. I never heard Cotter shout pussy that much. That's what Cotter was screaming at. Get here, you pussy.
Yeah. It was...
Look at him being all nice and compassionate. He's like, oh, I'm embarrassed. No, you're not.
Not my proudest moment.
It was awesome.
My wife, when I woke up the next day, she was just having so much fun, making fun of me and all this stuff for it. And I'm like, yeah, none of that happened. And she's like, oh, no, I got video. I watched the video and I was like, oh. Yeah, it was bad.
All right, so this is a new TMZ story, guys. So breaking news. Cotter, breaking news story.
Okay.
Noise.
Joe
Pitka, the director of Michael Jordan's original Space Jam, is going off on the reboot with LeBron James, calling it an uninteresting mess. And that was the nicest thing he had to say about it.
Oh, no.
Pitka, also known for directing popular music videos and commercials in the 80s and 90s, including the I Am Tiger Woods ad, he told TMZ that he actually couldn't finish it in one sitting. It was so boring. The new Space Jam, A New Legacy with LeBron James. He said, in fact, it says it took him 5 separate sessions to complete its 2-hour runtime.
Jeez.
Why is the new Space Jam 2 hours long?
90 minutes tops is what it should be.
Hey, and obviously you haven't seen it, right?
No.
Okay. So apparently the director had several issues with the reboot starring LeBron James. He points out when Space Jam was made in 1996, MJ wasn't just the best basketball player, he was the biggest celebrity in the world. Joe says LeBron is an incredible athlete and a very good actor, but adds the truth is LeBron ain't Michael. Duh. He said on top of that, on top of that, Pitka says his film tied the plot to MJ's personal life, retiring from hoops to play baseball, while the new movie's missing a personal connection to LeBron. I get that. And also, he said that his cast, the original Space Jam cast, was far superior than the one that's in the new Space Jam, A New Legacy film.
Damn. Somebody took this movie a little personal.
He also says, he's not done. The director also thinks the reboot soundtrack is insignificant.
Oh, my Lord.
While the OGs is classic, but his biggest beef, once again, not done, is what happened to Bugs Bunny. We won't spoil it, but he just says it's heartbreaking.
Okay.
To say the least. So, man, the old director of the original Space Jam hates the new Space Jam, A New Legacy. And also, why is it 2 hours long?
Yeah, that should not be 2 hours.
Hold on, I gotta find out the runtime on this.
Yeah, no, that movie should be 90 minutes, absolute tops.
It's exactly at 2 hours exactly. The original Space Jam was 1 hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So here's the current ratings for Space Jam 2, A New Legacy. On IMDb, it's 4.3 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes, it's 31%. On Metacritic, it's 36%. Google users said 71% like the film.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Higher than I thought, though.
was way higher than I thought.
Yeah, that's a fun little story. An absolute shellacking the original Space Jam director threw at the new Space Jam. I love it. Love to hear it. It's just because I don't like LeBron James, to be honest. LeBron James did an interview where he talked about how he won one of his championships, and immediately the following words were said by him. And that's how I knew that's when I knew I became the best of all time. I hate LeBron James.
Michael Jordan owns so much space in that dude's head, man. He just really is trying too hard to prove that he is the best.
Yeah. It's big dumb. Big dumb.
Savannah Comic-Con going on this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys do a great event, man. We've been going since it started. I mean, the first one was like in a hotel, and I mean, it was decent. And you're like, but to see how much it has grown since that first time. And the last time I went, it was at the Armory right up the road.
Mm-hmm.
And this year it's over at the Convention Center, and so many. No, I'm sorry. Last time I went, it was not the Armory. It was Civic Center. It was at the Civic Center. This year it's at the Convention Center. And it just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year. So, I mean, it is a legit Comic-Con. So, I mean, if you're into that whole pop culture nerd stuff, you got to check this out.
Yeah, so once again, the Savannah Mega Comic-Con this weekend, the 24th and 25th. I'll be out there Saturday broadcasting live from 11 to 1. I'm super excited. That's like essentially the one time I'm leaving my household this weekend. It's to go to the con. I can't wait to go check it out. Probably spend way too much money while I'll be working. And pretty much all the money that I make broadcasting live, I'll be spending right back at the con. I almost guarantee it.
I want a picture of you and Arn Anderson. I want to live vicariously through that moment. Just a picture of you and Arn Anderson holding up the Four Horsemen.
Oh.
I want to see that.
Yeah, I guess that could happen, man.
I don't know if he drinks anymore. Can we get Arn Anderson in for beer for breakfast? That would be cool.
Probably not.
Okay, fine.
I think Arn Anderson's a little too old to be drinking.
They were a drinker back in the day, man. I don't know if he drinks anymore.
Yeah, they all were, man.
I don't know if he drinks anymore.
Sorry, I forgot to grab my drink. I'm going to be right back.
Okay, cool. We got like 7 minutes. So many Summer Olympic events. It was way harder for me than it should have been. I mean, there's some that are instantly out that would no way, shape, or form make my Mount Rushmore. Equestrian, out. I just can't watch that stuff. Water polo, out. Golf, not making the cut. They got some new sports that I haven't seen yet that I think in theory would make my Mount Rushmore, but I don't think I can put them on my Mount Rushmore when this is the first year that they've been in the Olympics. So I just don't think some of the skateboarding stuff can make the cut. So there's some BMX racing stuff. I don't know if that's been around before. Racing. I don't know if that's a new event. Is there a performance? Okay, so yeah, it's new stuff. So I mean, some of that stuff could make an eventual Mount Rushmore, but without having any actual Olympic background, I just can't put it in. I mean, then you got weird stuff like table tennis. I mean, watching Olympic athletes play ping pong is just insane. So that's awesome. I mean, you get events that you don't normally see. The shooting events are cool. Judo's awesome. Fencing's a lot of fun. I mean, so there are so many to pick from. It was tough. It was tough for me to come up with Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Talking about LeBron, Sean. Of course he's not Michael. He's so much better than MJ. Insert sarcasm. LOL. Hashtag LeBron LeDouche.
So we're in sports purgatory right now. I just realized that.
The Olympics are here.
Oh, I guess the Olympics, yeah.
There's no purgatory.
How long do the Olympics last?
2
3
weeks. 2 weeks. It'll be about 2 weeks.
Okay. And it started today?
Yeah, so it's technically they'll have like they start some preliminary events. They might hand out a couple medals pre-opening ceremony, but yeah, you'll see like soccer, which has a crap ton of games to try to cram in, that they will start it before the opening ceremonies.
So we currently have Major League Baseball and the Olympics. That's the only thing we have a bunch of like soccer stuff, like the Gold Cups going on, but I don't care about any of that. Talking about America sports. Phil says, what's Cotter's thoughts on Olympic boxing? I had heard that it has gotten very controversial.
So I'm not up to know exactly how they've been doing it recently. In the past, what they did was, so they had this white, the gloves, they had this like white part on the gloves in the front.
Okay.
So you had to land the punch with as much as that, and there was 3 judges, and they instantly would count it as a punch or not. If 2 of the 3 counted it as a punch, it counted. So it was like the most punches would win, like landed punches, unless there was like a knockout. So yeah, there was a lot of controversy because, were judges, being legit when they say, was that a punch, was that not a punch? I don't know if they changed the scoring process over the past years. But yeah, I don't mind watching Olympic boxing, but it's not my first choice, but yeah, I'll definitely watch it. But yeah, it's done a little differently. They had it's funny. So I was watching like Peacock's got like highlights and stuff like that where it's just constantly on loop. Floyd Mayweather at 19 years old lost a fight in the Olympics. I think it was to get to the medal round, and he lost by a crappy decision. It was a crappy decision. It could have gone either way. He probably should have won. But afterwards, he was an emotional wreck. They tried to interview him, and the dude's just bawling. They couldn't interview him. He had to walk away. But yeah, he kind of got hosed out of that. But I was like, oh, the show Mayweather, he's gonna win. Oh crap, Mayweather got beat.
Yeah, crazy.
But yeah, I'm not sure how they actually keep score anymore. But yeah, I'll watch that.
Yeah, there's just so many summer Olympic sports. Technically there's like over 50 plus different styles of sports, and each one has like multiple
I know, right?
levels. So if you're hosting the Summer Olympics, if you're like the host city, you have to build so much compared to like the Winter Olympic cities.
Yeah, and that's the big problem too with host cities. So they build all of these things, and you can go online and look for like abandoned Olympic venues. So many countries, because they don't need a cycling venue after the Olympics are done.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot of this stuff goes to waste.
So let's see. So Tokyo is the Summer Olympics.
Yes.
Beijing is the 2022 Winter Olympics.
Is it? I don't know.
That's what it says here
Okay.
on the Olympics.com website.
As long as they don't nuke Japan first, I think we're fine.
Yeah, and then Paris is back to the original timeline of regular Olympics.
There's a Los Angeles is in there sometime within the next decade or so, I think, is hosting, because it's been since Atlanta, since it's been in the United States, so 96 since the Summer Olympics.
Yeah, so according to this, it's, let's see. Sorry, it's loading again.
You're good.
So you've got the Winter Olympics in Beijing. You've got the 2024 Olympics in Paris. 2026 Winter in Milano Cortina, 2026. And then LA in 2028.
Okay.
And then Brisbane is going to be your location for the 2032 Olympics.
Brisbane, is that Australia?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's kind of cool.
You should, if you live that long, you should try to go to the Brisbane Olympics.
I want to go to
goal.
I want to go to Australia. Yeah, that'd be fun.
You'd be almost in your 60s.
I'm down with that. Because yeah, Chicago is in the running for one of them here recently, and I was like, man, I will go watch anything. I don't care if they got the Olympics.
Yeah, Chicago and LA sound like the worst places ever to hold the Olympics, just because of how bad go do it in Nebraska, where there's no one's at.
Yeah, I think this will be the 3rd time for LA to host them. Last was '84, and before that was like the early 1900s. But
okay,
it's been a while. But I think this will be the 3rd time for LA to host them. All right, guys, be right back. What Summer Olympic events belong on the Mount Rushmore? We're going to put those together here in just a second. First, don't forget, hop on the live stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to join the Horde Hangout each and every day. While you're there, like, follow, and subscribe as well. You can also listen to the show. You can get us on your in-home smart speaker. You can get us on the app, also on the website, rock1061.com. So the Summer Olympics, which were supposed to happen last year, because of the pandemic, they got pushed back this year. There was still concern that they would do them or not. And recently, one of the officials with the Japan Olympic Committee said they were even be willing to call them off at the last minute if things got out of hand with COVID.
Right.
But obviously didn't have to call them off. It's going to be weird because there's going to be no spectators at any of the venues, but officially get kicked off today. The opening ceremony is on Friday. So in honor of the Summer Olympics, Marshall, you and I are going to put together the Mount Rushmore of Summer Olympic events.
And because you are such the Olympics fan, I absolutely have to let you go first.
Okay.
So
I appreciate that.
We'll let you start today.
All right. So I really, initially, when I started putting together this list, I'm like, this is my number one. Then I started looking. I'm like, nope, you know what? I don't think it is. But it deserves a spot on the Mount Rushmore because I think this is one of the bread and butter events of the Summer Olympics, track and field. I mean, it's you've got, a history of Usain Bolt. You've got Carl Lewis. You've got all these names, Jackie Joyner-Kersee, all these names that people still to this day remember because of running track and field. So, I mean, it's one of the marquee events every year. They usually wait until the second week because they hold off, like saving the best for last.
Right.
Track and field deserves its spots on the Mount Rushmore of Summer Olympic events.
Okay, that's a good choice. Once again, I'm not an Olympics guy very much, so I had to go to the Olympics website and just remind myself what was available to choose. So this is going to be pretty tough, but I'm gonna go big time horny guy right here. I'm gonna go beach volleyball.
Oh, you son of a gun!
Yeah, coming in at number 4 on my Mount Rushmore of Summer Olympic events. I don't know anything about it. Yeah. I'm not gonna bring out names like Cotter did, like Jackie Joyner-Kersee or Carl Lewis, but
Misty May Trainer. That she's a
that's just words to me. But chicks in bikinis. Or somewhat sport athletic swimwear, playing volleyball on a sandy beach. I'll stop that channel every single time, Cotter. And that's why beach volleyball hits number 4 on my list of the Mount Rushmore of Summer Olympic sports.
Oh man, I wanted to include that so bad on my list.
Nope.
Yes, I get it. The women are incredibly hot. It's fun to watch. 2-person volleyball.
Oh yeah, I'm having a good time.
On
trust
the beach.
me.
It's a lot of fun to watch. All right, number 3 on my list. I'm totally into this every year. Diving. I love diving because after about an hour of watching diving, you're suddenly a diving expert.
Oh,
and you can critique everybody when they screw up. Toes weren't pointed. Minus points. Too much of a splash. Minus points. You get uber judgy watching diving, and it doesn't take long for you to believe you're an expert at the sport and can easily judge all of these world-class athletes who have been doing this in their entire career. But diving, and I mean, how hard is it to do this sport? I mean, it's just crazy stupid. So diving easily make him a Mount Rushmore.
I can't imagine you just sitting in your house screaming at the television
every time
at world-class athletes telling them how to do their job.
Yep. Maybe that's why I like it so much.
All right, so number 3, it's going to be a tough take, and I hope you respect me afterwards. But coming in number 3 on my Mount Rushmore of Olympic game best ever events, I'm going to choose one that hasn't even happened yet. I'm going to go skateboarding.
Okay.
I'm going to go skateboarding. Here's the reason why. As a child, I've watched the X Games and watching dudes do sick heel flips, wall rides, ollies, straight up shove-its. How about the fakey big spin trick? Tony Hawk, all these guys. I play Tony Hawk Pro Skater more than a lot of people should have. So I'm just saying, watching this stuff in the X Games format and now being brought to the big time, the Olympics, I feel really good about it. So I'm going to go ahead and put skateboarding, a sport that connects to me, my generation, as being a very young man Number 3 on my Mount Rushmore.
Ask me in a couple Olympics, I would agree with you 100%. I would put skateboarding, possibly some of the BMX stuff on my Mount Rushmore, but I just felt I couldn't since they didn't have the actual Olympic history yet. But there is history there. So I don't hate the choice because I think eventually it would make my Mount Rushmore as well. So we're putting together the Mount Rushmore of Summer Olympic events. We've got our top 2. I'm calling an audible because Marshall picked one of mine. So it's coming up next. We'll finish the Mount Rushmore Summer Olympic events. What makes yours? Let us know. Hit us up with the text 800-394-1061 or via the chat. 5-Figure Death Punch, Darkness Settles In, Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
So Charles on the chat says Mount Rushmore, traditionally all field events. So obviously he loved your number 4 pick. He said newer events, women's volleyball. Yeah.
It was my number 2. It
Was it?
It was my number 2. And yes, they're hot and sexy. Sport's fun to watch anyway. But yeah, easily my number 2. So I was bummed with that being your number 4 pick.
Yeah, Sean says judging athletes all while shoveling Korean barbecue street taco potato chips down your gullet. Cotter.
It's the best. It's the best ever. No, you instantly, after about an hour of diving, you're a professional. You're a professional judge.
Yeah.
And you know what to look for. I don't.
Best ever. He also is talking about those chips. Too bad we don't have any. Thanks, Mac.
Mac ate all of them. But no, it's like with track and field, I know it's just that blanket track and field, but I'm like, it deserves to be lumped together. It's like long jump, I don't know, all of it. It's just all lump it together.
This is tough. I mean, there's so many good ones. Not making my list. Canoe, kayak, slalom. Is that a thing?
Yeah. I mean, it's okay to watch. It's better than equestrian and water polo. Those are the 2 worst Olympic sports ever. Watching them do the shooting stuff, that's pretty awesome. There's a couple different shooting events. There's one to where it's like an air rifle. It's like a rifle type thing. And there's another where it's like a shotgun type event. Those are cool to watch. Archery is super cool to watch, especially with now the way they've got cameras on the bows, and stuff like that. That's really neat. I don't know. I may have to call an audible here because I don't want to lose one of these.
Sean says, what flavors do you have left? Also make those chips in full-size bags as well. All the pickle ones are almost gone.
Yeah.
The spicy barbecue, I think they're all gone except for there's one left. Cotter, what's that one in the back? Parmesan. Parm and garlic.
I'm going to try them today.
Yeah, parm and garlic is our last bag, dude.
Let's try them. All
right, guys, we're doing the Mount Rushmore of Summer Olympic events. Breaking them down. Currently, Cotter's Mount Rushmore, his number 4 pick was track and field games. Number 3 was diving. On mine, I chose beach volleyball. I just wanted it. I knew Cotter would probably choose it, so I wanted to choose beach volleyball. That's number 4. Should have been higher on my list, but I had to have it. And then I also chose skateboarding, a new event to the Olympics. I wanted to make sure I got that too.
I don't hate that pick. Like I said, I think it'll eventually make, because there is history there. I know what it is. It's not like it's something I've never seen before. But I wanted to be a little bit more traditional and pick things that have got some Olympic history to them already.
I'll tell you something that won't make my list, although it's very cool, but it's not going to make my list. Fencing.
I like watching fencing. Not my list, but I like watching fencing.
I don't know. There needs to be something more to it. Like, I get it.
Somebody, I think after last Olympics, went in and superimposed lightsabers on all of them with sound effects. It's pretty stellar.
Yeah, I like fencing. I just wish there were more like traditional sword fighting.
Yeah,
instead of just it's like who's gonna get poked first.
Yeah, I mean, I wish instead of just like because they get like the track, they can move forward and back, can't move side to side. I wish it was like, in a like Olympic wrestling mat where it's like a big circle and you can just totally do everything you want. That would be awesome.
It's like an old school video game guy, Mortal Kombat 3 or 4. They allowed you to do that. They like built these circle arenas. Like every arena, you'd be able to like step back and forward and do it constantly. Max says fencing is fun to do, kind of like golf and tennis. Hate watching, but fun to play.
Never fenced before.
Mac, when's the last time you fenced? Did you do it like in high school or something? Do they offer that in Alabama?
Got about 30 seconds.
Or is it just classes on how to kiss your cousin? Suck it, Alabama. Suck it. Burn. A year ago. Oh. What a fencer you are. You're up first, yeah?
Yeah. Thank you for hanging out, Cotter and Marshall Show, putting together our Mount Rushmore of Summer Olympic events. The Olympics officially started today. Opening ceremonies is on Friday. So far, number 4 on my list, track and field. Number 3, diving. Marshall went with beach volleyball, solid choice, coming in at number 4. And skateboarding, coming in at number 3, which is a brand new event to the Summer Olympics, long overdue. They should have been having this in the Olympics decades ago.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is a tough choice for me because I really want my number 1 on my list, but I want it to be number 1, but I don't want you to take it. So I don't know whether I'm going to mix things up here, call an audible, make my number 1, number 2, just so I have it. I don't think I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm gonna hang out and hope maybe you pass up on it. Number 2 for me. Since you took my initial number 2, I'm going to go gymnastics. Like track and field, it is one of the marquee events. It is the biggest rated event in the Summer Olympics, the women's gymnastics.
You're a big Simone Biles fan. All of us know that.
She's amazing, one of the best athletes on the planet.
She's the GOAT.
And it's an intense thing to watch because it comes down to tenths of a point. And then you get into some of the all-around events, and then all of these events matter for the team score. So if somebody messes up on the uneven bars, it messes up the entire team. So, I mean, there's a lot of drama going on. Carrie Strug years ago when she hurt her ankle and still hit the vault and landed.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so it is a fun sport to watch. It's not something like basketball or football I'm watching every weekend. But when the Olympics rolls around, I always look forward to it. Number 2, gymnastics.
Gymnastics. Interesting choice. I honestly would have never guessed that you would have shown gymnastics. But you're a big-time Olympic guy.
I am.
You watch it every single time it's on the television. I don't think I've watched more than 30 seconds of any sport. So going to, I honestly, when this sport comes up, I watch it every time.
Right.
Because the first thing I'm thinking is, why are they doing that? And this sport right here, you brought it up, and it made me nervous because I thought you were actually going to bring it up during the break. I'm going to go ahead and go with shooting.
Okay.
Just straight up. Dudes doing distance shooting, like those guys are insane to me. Because, I mean, I know shooting a gun is easy. You can go buy a gun in 30 minutes or whatever, grab a gun and shoot it. But these guys who like do the 10, 25, 50-meter shootings, and even the Summer Olympics where they like ski and shoot and stuff, dude. I'm like, what is this, a James Bond film? Nope, it's the Olympics. And I know that's a wintertime Olympic. We're only doing summer, but just straight up shooting. Anything associated with shooting in the Olympics, I'm enthralled with. That's why it comes in number 2 on my Mount Rushmore.
It is a solid event. It is fun to watch. It's one of those things you don't get to see on TV ever.
Yeah.
So when it's there for the Olympics, I'm always in on that. This makes me feel good. He didn't pick my number 1. I'm very happy. So kind of going back to the whole skateboarding thing, I need to give it, some time to be in the Olympics before it can make my Mount Rushmore. My number 1 was new to the Olympics, well, now 5 years ago, and it instantly became my favorite Olympic event, rugby sevens.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, rugby sevens is so much fun to watch. It's a quicker pace game because there's less people on the field. It's 7-on-7. It's very high scoring. Some of these dudes are just huge. Talking about laying hits on people. The tackles are just crazy. Rugby sevens. If you don't watch any Olympic sport, at least watch this. Give yourself a match. You're going to fall in love.
Okay. Sorry, my thing completely went off. Perfect on my. So just so everyone knows that when it comes to the Olympics, there are 4 new sports for the Summer Olympics. There's karate, skateboarding, sport climbing, and surfing. So once again, I apologize. My computer just slightly died. Right, course, right when. Oh, perfect. Thank you for that. Okay, so I mean, when it comes to my number 1, when it comes to Olympic sports, you know what? I don't know if I've ever actually watched this Olympic sport, but I'm enthralled with the idea of. I've seen it on ESPN before, like the Ocho, late at night.
Yeah.
What about badminton? Badminton does not get the respect it deserves when it comes to Olympic sports.
These athletes can sling shuttlecocks at high velocity. you're going to sling a shuttlecock that fast, got my respect.
Now, once again, this was a tough task because now that I remember, handball was also on my list.
Handball's fun, man.
Handball is a lot of fun.
It's like something your PE teacher came up with just to kill time back in the day for PE.
Exactly. When you watch Olympic handball, immediately you think, I could be there. I could do that. But handball, just an honorable mention on my list. I'm going to go badminton, number 1.
Okay, I don't hate that choice at all because when it comes to the Summer Olympics, you get some of those weird sports. I mean, table tennis, ping pong for me is an honorable mention. You watch these people, these athletes play ping pong. It's crazy how quick they get that thing going.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch some badminton.
All right, there you go. Mount Rushmore of Summer Olympic events. Very solid choices all around. Coming up next, we're going to talk Hella Mega Week. Your chance to score tickets for Green Day, Weezer, and Fall Out Boy. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
Good morning, Heather. How are you? Yeah, my computer just completely shut out all my programs. So that was fun. That was fun to happen. So just to go down our list of Mount Rushmore of Olympic sports. Cotters, track and field, diving, gymnastics, and then rugby.
Mm-hmm.
I would say yours is more the traditional take of Olympics.
Outside of rugby, with that being new. But yeah. I've got my favorites, and they're a little traditional.
Yeah, when it comes to mine, I think they're a little weird. So first, my Mount Rushmore, number 4, beach volleyball, the best. Flat out, guaranteed, no argument. It should be number 1, but I had to have it on my list. Skateboarding, new to the Olympics, brand new this year. So I actually can't wait to check that out. Shooting coming in number 2. Once again, I was more thinking of the Winter Olympics shooting because they literally will ski.
Yeah,
you have to ski as hard as you can.
It's a biathlon.
Yeah, and then you just you shoot and then you have to go to the next place. That's insane to me. It's like watching a James Bond film, but it's somehow sports.
It's
I love
training.
I love it. So that's coming in number 2, just straight up shooting, the distance shooting those guys do. They're so talented. And then badminton, it's just fun to watch. Those guys are throwing themselves all over the court. It's just humans on a ping pong table. I mean, it's so much fun to watch.
All right, there you go. The Mount Rushmore, Hella Mega Week. Talking that up next. I need to print out the stuff for when Matt comes in, so I'll be right back.
And Phil says handball is so fun. I used to play with kids when I was a camp counselor. It is. Dude, we used to absolutely kill each other with handball when we were playing it in school. Sean says, lame claim to fame. I met and had beers with U.S. men's Olympic curling team at a bar in Duluth, Minnesota. Good dudes can drink like damn fish. That's an awesome story, man. I don't think I've ever met an Olympian. Fun fact. I know we have some Olympians in the area. I know there's a guy, a couple people I think out of Beaufort that are actually Olympians that are taking part in the games this year. Yeah, curling's the Olympic, the wintertime Olympic sport, correct? I want to say it is. I'll triple check that. Well, anyway, thanks, guys, for hanging around this morning. On the way, we're going to be playing some trivia. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? We'll also have Mac in studio. She'll be answering some more of your questions with Chicks on Dudes. Great questions this week. And all sorts of great things. The modern pentathlon is coming up in the Olympics this year. That's where they the horse race, and they also do all sorts of other stuff. What is it, shooting? I don't know. I guess I've never really gotten into the Olympics, but now the more I look into it, I'm actually kind of excited to watch some of it. Is there a clear drinking glass in there running late, says Mac. I don't see anything on your desk, just so you know. Oh, clean. Yeah, there's clean glasses here, Mac. They're in Cotter's office. All right, coming up next, talking Hella Mega Week. That should be fun. In Marshall's Music News today, I've got 3 stories. Going to talk about Pearl Jam playing. It looks like their only shows of the year over in California. Alex Lifeson of Rush is doing some new stuff. And then we'll also talk about Shinedown. They have a movie. Something the lead singer Brent actually talked about us very briefly when we had a talk with him during the pandemic. Sean says, I saw the U.S. Paralympic curling team in Chanhassen, Minnesota. There's a restaurant, the Crooked Pint, attached to the Chanhassen Curling Center. Had lunch and beers and watched them practice. It was fun. Nice.
Curling, if I were doing my Mount Rushmore Olympic events, number 1. Love curling.
Winter Olympic events?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Curling's number 1. I would love, and I think there's actually a place in Atlanta where you can curl. I would love to try it just for the hell of it.
Is there not? You can't curl in Savannah?
I don't think there's any curling in Savannah.
Curling Savannah.
I think there's a place up in Atlanta.
Curl your hair.
True. I think it'd be a fun one-time outing, get some drinks, just be stupid.
Aren't you standing on ice with a broom?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a drink sort of opportunity.
Oh, I think you're fine. I think it's definitely a drink opportunity.
Yeah, when you fall down and hit your head and give yourself a concussion and or worse injury, I don't think they're going to love that. I don't think any sort of waiver is going to cover that.
There's an axe throwing place in a brewery in Savannah. I think we're fine. Uh, 3.5 minutes.
So a story came out yesterday from Adam Schefter. He's the NFL insider that Aaron Rodgers declined a Green Bay Packers extension offer for 2 years. That would have made him the highest paid player in the NFL.
Not about the money, man. Dude's just unhappy.
It does not want to return to the team. So sources told Schefter in April that Rodgers did not want to return to the team because of issues he had with management. Despite his stance, the Packers have remained adamant they're not going to trade him. They're going to keep him. And it looks like there's some thought out there that he is going to play this year, to what I've read recently. It would make my year if Aaron Rodgers was like, I'm not playing for you guys. Like I said it, it's over with. Like he'll show up to camp, kind of like Marshawn Lynch. I showed up so I wouldn't get fined.
Right.
He's just going to show up and be like, oh, I'll practice with you, but I'm not playing a game for you.
Yeah.
It would make my year if he did that.
I get that.
Also, with the Milwaukee Bucks winning the championship last night, Chris Paul has said that he does not plan on retiring. He is getting back to work with the Phoenix Suns. That's his plan. He was asked if he was going to retire. He's only 36. I don't know how late do basketball players kind of stick around? I guess like right around then is when they retire, right?
I think once you get into your mid to upper 30s, you're for a pro athlete, you're considered, older.
Yeah, Paul, he's 36 years old. I mean, he scored 26 points last night, 5 assists. I mean,
it's like you start looking at pro wrestling. So back in the day, somebody hits 35, 40, and it's like, man, got to retire. They're ancient. You look at somebody like Harley Race. At the age of 40, he looked 80. AJ Styles is in his mid 40s. He doesn't look like it. So the athletes are in better shape today. So I think 36. Screw that, man. That guy could probably play for another 4 or 5 years. Look at Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady was at the White House yesterday.
Oh, nice.
All right, guys. So it is Wednesday, and we haven't got to it quite yet. So go ahead and start thinking of your top 5s for today. So everyone, we haven't done this in a couple weeks just because we've been off and other things have come up. But once again, drop your top 5s into the chat. Top 5 things you've been working on this week or that you got to do before the end of the week. It's always just a great check-in to see what everyone is up to in our world of the Horde and our live stream. We'll also tell you a couple things that we've been working on as well. We'll do that here in just a few minutes. Hopefully we get a few before we hit trivia, and then we'll do some after trivia as well.
All right, we got under 30 seconds. We'll keep this and the solicit kind of short. We're
okay.
Running a bit over the hour. Nothing drastic, but a quick.
Yep.
Hella mega.
Hella mega, man.
All right, guys, be right back. It is Hella Mega Week on Rock 106.1. The Hella Mega Tour finally happening. Had to be postponed in 2020. It's going to be in Atlanta, July 27th. You got Green Day, you got Weezer, you got Fall Out Boy. All this week, you can win tickets.
So all you have to do is text us the word Hella, Hella, anytime Green Day, Weezer, or Fall Out Boy is played here at Rock 106.1. And we'll choose one winner every single day from a random texter.
It is Hella Mega Week on Rock 106.1. Coming up next, going to play Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. Here's Nirvana, Rock 106.1.
Nirvana. All right, coming up next is trivia. So we'll knock that out, and then Mac will be stopping in to break down some chicks on dudes.
Already know the songs tomorrow for Hefe, the new music beta fish, Hefe 2.
Oh, okay.
Got a brand new song from Fuel. Actually played it right before the show started today. A song called Hard.
Mm-hmm.
And then brand new Coheed and Cambria. Just got it today. It's called Shoulders.
Oh, awesome.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, Coheed said they were doing, they were stepping outside of their little Coheed box, and they were going to be doing some more modern sounding music.
I would say that you kind of get that with this song.
Yeah, so I'm excited to hear that new Coheed. I didn't realize it was going to be available so soon. All right, we got a few minutes. Elaine, thank you so much for dropping in your top 5, the very first person to do so. Number 1, find truckers to pull containers out of Packer Port. That sounds very difficult. Number 2, chase down lost freight. Number 3, 4 hours of training. Ugh. Number 4, try not to go off on idiots. Number 5, don't let the cheese slide off my cracker. You are living the most difficult of lives right now, Elaine. Hopefully it gets easier for you. Once again, guys, feel free to drop in your top 5s right now. Top 5 things of what you plan on doing or what you are doing this week. Kind of breaking down the goals for everyone. I mean, for mine today, I'll be my goal is to catch up with some videos. I'm kind of slacking behind. Also, I'll be putting up the Mount Rushmores, hopefully, of last week and this week. That'll be on a new playlist on the Cotter and Marsh Show YouTube. Our YouTube channel is a great thing to go check out. Make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications when we put up new videos. Usually pretty good at that. Obviously been slacking these last few weeks just because of, concert, vacation, and then, family in town. So all sorts of things that have gotten in the way, but we'll be catching up on a bunch of stuff on the YouTube channel.
My top 5, pretty simple. Get some best stuff ready for Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
This will be out. I got to schedule music, work ahead for both Rewind and Rock to get everything ready before I'm out. Voice Track Rewind. Monty Jett is on a 3-week extended hiatus.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm filling in for him on afternoons. Working on the Rock Countdown. If you missed it earlier, Labor Day weekend, we're going to wrap up our 20th anniversary weekends with a countdown. And I think it's going to be 1,000 songs because I'm just an idiot and just going to do too much. It'll be the top 1,000 songs ever played on Rock 106.1. So in our 20 years, if we played it, it could make this countdown. Instead of just doing songs from the past 20 years, thought we'd open it up and have a little bit more fun. Starting in August, going to let you guys help us put the list together by voting on songs and stuff like that. And then number 5, I'm going to pack for vacation. I got to get ready.
Oh.
There we go.
Yeah, for me, it's cleaning up the house, catching up on videos, and then there's a few other worky things I got to jump in there. That's not really worth mentioning.
All right, got about 30 seconds.
Wanda, we're going to get to your top 5 after we do trivia, so we will go through that here in just a bit. And as always, guys, if you want to share the top 5 things you're working on, something we do here just on the live stream on Wednesdays, feel free to drop them in. Phil, I feel like you got a top 5. Charles, also. Gibby, I expect to see your top 5s here in a few moments.
All right, guys, be right back. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. You haven't been smarter than me recently. Not to brag. I've just been slaying it.
So Cotter has won 3 straight times in a row.
I've only missed one.
And he's only missed one question.
One.
So if you want even a chance of sniffing a win, you may want to take on me today. I'm sorry for throwing myself out there like that. I guess I will to the wolves of the Rock 106.1 listeners. So it's really easy to play. 1-800-394-1061. Now, no matter what happens, if you win, lose, or tie with us, we're going to hook you up with some cool prizes.
No, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, those prizes are Living Colour and Hoobstank. They're playing a show next Monday at Victory North, which is next, Monday, the 26th. And also we'll hook you up with a pair of passes to Savannah Bar Crawl's Tailgate September 4th Bar Crawl. So you get actually 2 prizes just for playing us.
So 800-394-1061. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. Call now and play. Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1. Those Adelita's Way tickets a little sexier than maybe the Hoobstank and there we go.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Rock 106.1. Who's this?
It's Celine.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Who do you want to take on today? Myself or Marshall?
You.
All right. Bring it on. Good luck.
Okay, take it on Cotter again. This has not turned out very well for a lot of people, so just go ahead and throw on that out there.
I like to take the hard road.
All right, so here we go. 7 questions, 60 seconds. If for some reason you don't know the answer, feel free to say pass. There are going to be a couple multiple choice questions as well for you, so just a heads up there. And your time will begin after I ask the first question. Are you ready?
I am.
All right, so here we go. Question number 1. Which U.S. president appears on the far left at Mount Rushmore?
Jackson.
Incorrect. Question number 2. What is Ireland's Christmas monster called? This is multiple choice. Is it the Yule dog or the Yule cat?
The Yule dog.
Incorrect. Question number 3. Which former member of Genesis had a hit with One More Night?
Oh, my God. Phil Collins.
Correct. Question number 4. A kamikaze cocktail contains vodka, triple sec, and what juice? Is it lime or lemon?
Lime.
Correct. Question number 5. What U.S. state is proud to call itself the Beaver State?
Montana.
Incorrect. Question number 6. Which team has the number 1 pick at the NBA draft this month?
Oh, Lord. I don't like basketball. Pass.
All right. And your final question. What Chicago museum features the world's largest T-Rex skeleton?
Dear Lord, I pass.
All right. Your time is up late. You got 2 out of 7 today. So what's going to happen, Cotter? Lady here adds 2 out of 7 today, unfortunately. So, well, not unfortunately. There's still a chance that she could win or tie with you at least. So we're just going to put you on a quick hold right here. Cotter, it's your turn. 7 questions, 60 seconds. Good luck to you. You know the rules.
All right.
So here we go. Question number 1. Which U.S. president appears on the far left at Mount Rushmore?
George Washington?
That is correct. Question number 2. What is Ireland's Christmas monster called? Is it the Yule dog or the Yule cat?
Ireland? Yule dog.
Incorrect. Question number 3. Which former member of Genesis had a hit with One More Night?
Phil Collins.
That is correct. Question number 4. A kamikaze cocktail contains vodka, triple sec, and what juice? Lime or lemon?
Lemon?
Incorrect. Question number 5. What U.S. state is proud to call itself the Beaver State?
Minnesota.
Incorrect. Question number 6. Which team has the number 1 pick at the NBA draft this month?
I have no idea. Who sucked this year? What is the Bulls? Bulls suck.
Incorrect.
Okay.
Question number 7. Which Chicago museum features the world's largest T-Rex skeleton?
Natural History Museum?
That is incorrect.
Oh, no!
Cotter, this is a tie for you. Unheard of. Cotter has almost no ties at all. A 2-2 finish for you both today.
Fella.
Embarrassing.
Hard. That's what I get for bragging.
Wow. I don't feel so bad now.
No, you shouldn't. That was, you know what? Fantastic performance by both of us. Screw it. You know what? I don't care. We
There you
did
go.
good.
All right. Well, we got your phone number. We'll call you after the show with all the details you need. But thanks for calling in today.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and go over the correct answers.
So
Which
embarrassed. So
U.S. president
embarrassed.
appears on the far left at Mount Rushmore? That is George Washington. Question number 2, what is Ireland's Christmas monster called? Of course, it's the Yule Cat.
Yeah, why not?
Question number 3, which former member of Genesis had a hit with One More Night? That's Phil Collins. Question number 4, a kamikaze cocktail contains vodka, triple sec, and lime juice.
No idea.
Question number 5, which U.S. state is proud to call itself the Beaver State? If you're a sports fan, you know this. Oregon.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wouldn't have got that.
Yeah. Question number 6, which team has the number 1 pick at the NBA draft this month? That is the Detroit Pistons.
Oh.
You were close with Chicago?
Yeah,
yes?
sure. Why
And then
not?
finally, what Chicago museum features the world's largest T-Rex skeleton? That's the Field Museum.
Okay. Ah, well, that was a horrible showing. I shouldn't have said any S before it, and I feel really embarrassed right now. All right, we're back tomorrow. Another round of Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout, brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. Listen up, 8:30, your chance to play. Rock 1061.
All right, guys. Cotter's going to edit up that audio, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, back on the stream. Thanks for hanging around with us while Cotter was editing up the audio for Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? Obviously, you always hear that first here on the stream before we play it back on the air. So that'll be going on here in the next minute or two. Man, what did I jinx you into tying with Elaine?
I don't know, maybe.
So that was a 2-2 tie. Cotter has not gotten a tie.
Tough.
Actually, I was scrolling through. I actually couldn't even find the last time you got a tie. You've only had 2 total. So it's been quite some time. But were those questions extra hard? Because I literally wrote them this morning.
I mean, it goes back to the stupid trivia knowledge. Sometimes you just know stupid stuff, and other stupid stuff you don't know. So I didn't know this stupid stuff.
And to clear it up, I actually looked into it. So the Chicago Museum featuring the world's largest T-Rex, you actually said the history of natural history. So technically the Field Museum is that, but I was looking exactly for the Field Museum because that is the name of the museum. That's what I asked you for.
The Natural History Museum.
So the Field. So where the museum I was asking for was the Field Museum of Natural History.
Oh, okay.
You just said Museum of Natural History, not the name, just in case anyone wanted to call me out on it. Because I looked into it, I was like, actually, that sounds familiar. Yeah, I've been obviously to the museums in Chicago, so I just wanted to clear that up. I don't want to take away anything from Cotter there. If he had it right, I would have cleared it up and he would have got the win. But just to clear it up, incorrect. I was looking for exactly the Field Museum. So there you go. And yeah, the whole Ireland Christmas monster thing, being a Yule cat. I found that oddly somewhere, and I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
I was like, I'm going to make that a multiple choice because no one's ever heard of that. Yeah, so Yule Cat, the Yule Cat. So, Cotter, with that tie, your record now stands at 30 wins, 7 losses, and 3 ties. You have played 40 times now. Almost, I think, almost tying me. We've almost played equally at this point. I'm one more play ahead of you. So my record's at 29 wins, 6 losses, and 6 ties. All right, guys. So coming up here in just a few moments, we're going to do Chicks on Dudes with Mac. But before we get to that, let's go over some top 5s. Wanda and Charles, thanks for dropping yours in. Just in case you guys were wondering, top 5, something we do every single Wednesday here on the Cotter and Marshall Show live stream. We always like to know what you guys are up to, so feel free to drop in your top 5s. You got a few minutes. I know there's some people on the stream who haven't yet. So let's get into Wanda's top 5. Number 1, get Bubba better and home. Love that one. Number 2, spend time with my girls today and go shopping. Number 3, remember to set up my POS insulin pump. Ooh, that sounds fancy. Number 4, do laundry. Number 5, find humor and remember to laugh because life could be worse. Well, there you go. Let's do our top 5 for Charles. Big, bald, and sexy right here. Top 5, work as effing usual. 4, hit Sam's for some supplies. 3, pay a bunch of bills. Number 2, try to get the grass cut. Number 1, drink some Beam and violate Miss T. That Charles is extra horny today.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Once again, guys, thanks for watching the stream. And, of course, if you have a top 5 that you want to drop in to the chat, feel free to do so. We'll go over those. Actually, on top 5, I didn't mention, I'm going to play some video games today. I got to get in my video game time.
I like that.
We cooked out at my house last night. We grilled out, made a bunch of sausages and some hot dogs. Sorry if you're from the Chicagoland area. I guess say sausages like that. Sausages. So we have leftovers. So dinner's already kind of taken care of. I don't have to worry about that. It's all set up. So just got to go home, get a little rest, play some video games, do a bunch of work. That's the rest of my day. I feel good about it. Elaine goes, Charles, it isn't Thursday. All right, we got some great questions for Mac coming up here with Chicks on Dudes.
Yes, I think we do. Those aren't it, though. I haven't had to write trivia for you all week. It's been fantastic.
I bet it has. Yeah, this weekend I plan on catching up on some movies and TV I've missed over the last few weeks. The Fear Street R.L. Stein movies,
Right.
kind of stupid and fun. I watched the first one a couple weeks back, and that was cool. So I'm going to catch up on watching those two, movies 2 and 3. Oh, Phil just dropped in his top 5. He goes, work, number 5. Number 4, video games. I love this. Number 3, finish some horror movies. Love that. Number 2, relax. Number 1, hopefully hit up the con this weekend.
Is that yours?
Dude, that top 5 sounds incredible. It sounds like definitely sounds like I wrote it. So, you know that college athletes can start getting endorsements now, right?
Yep.
So, the starting quarterback for the Alabama Crimson Tide, the elephant team.
Yep.
He hasn't been named the starting quarterback yet, but a lot of people are thinking that Bryce Young is going to be the starting quarterback for the Alabama Crimson Tide this football season, and they expect big things out of him. He backed up. I think he backed up Tua for a second, and then he backed up last year's Mac Jones, who went number 15 overall to the New England Patriots. Now, they're expecting him to be the starting quarterback for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Already, in endorsements, the name, image, likeness pay that he can receive, he is on pace to make almost $1 million.
Good for him.
$1 million, and he hasn't even been named the starting quarterback yet.
Did they say what the endorsement fees, where they're coming from?
The biggest one, apparently, actually the only one they know of right now is Cash App. So he's tweeted about Cash App once. But apparently Nick Saban has said he's on pace to make $1 million.
Hey, man, I think this is great. Make as much money as you can while you're there. NFL gig is not guaranteed. It's football. Your health is not guaranteed.
Yeah.
You can make some money there. I got no issue with it. I mean, I like this avenue, and it's unfortunate because the lower tier players, they're not going to benefit from this because, they're not going to get endorsements. I mean, I kind of like this idea better initially than like the schools actually paying kids because I think that is going to be a nightmare. I mean, I'm not against it. You just got to figure out how to do it properly. This is a nice toe into the water of getting some of these athletes paid.
So Barstool Sports will actually sponsor any athlete in college. They won't pay you, but they will give you free Barstool clothing. So at least you can get clothed from Barstool Sports. All you have to do is reach out to them. I mean, they've got I think 50 or 60 sponsored athletes.
Why don't they pay somebody?
Because they don't want to waste their money.
Yeah.
I mean, they're spending their money elsewhere apparently. Plus they're Barstool Sports. I mean, it's not like they're. I mean, I'm sure they're flush with cash, but
I'm sure they're doing okay.
Phil,
what do you have them promote? Anyway, go ahead.
Going back to what I was saying with the Fear Street movies, Phil actually said the second and third Fear Streets are much better than the first. At least he thought so. So yeah, definitely gonna have to check those out this weekend. There's like a weird horror kind of thriller movie that's coming out next Friday called The Green Knight, and it looks so cool.
Okay,
definitely a movie I want to check out. But speaking of going to the movie theaters. Go watch Black Widow if you haven't already. Make sure just to go out and support our local movie theaters because the last thing I ever want to have to say to you guys is we're shutting down any movie theater in Pooler because those are the two best movie theaters flat out in the area. So
I'm just gonna fire up the delay here. Sorry if I'm looking at things weird. I just want to make sure we're set and ready to go. All right, so I need to turn that back on. We're not going to be able to hear ourselves for a second.
Yep. Yeah, I really want to watch Green Knight, so that'll be cool. And last thing I ever want to do is talk about how the movie theaters in Pooler, which once again they're building an extension, like an expansion to the IMAX theater.
Dang!
I heard they're making an even bigger IMAX theater, which is what you're seeing at I forget what they're called, like the Royal Cinemas.
Yeah.
The Royal Cinemas. There, you see, there's construction to the right. I was told they're building like a massive IMAX theater right there.
That's awesome.
So that's what they're doing right there. Then the movie theaters across the street are incredible as well. That's my usually go-to. I think those are just the Georgia theaters.
I haven't seen a movie in an IMAX yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean,
it's
depending
fun,
on the movie,
man.
is it worth it?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's fun.
That's good. Just making sure we're not on the air
Exactly.
as we go. Sorry.
Yep. I won't cuss. Wanda says, can we do a Horde movie night? Was thinking Jackass Forever in October.
Oh.
I love that idea.
That's a great idea. I wish our theater that we had an in at was still here.
Yeah. Oh, Val says, the second Fear Street, 1970 is much better. Yeah, I'm going to have to watch this weekend.
Okay, yeah, I love that idea. We need, between now and when it comes out in the fall.
Yeah, it comes out October 8th or 7th or something.
All
I
right.
forget.
Between now and then, we need to find a theater that we can get a relationship with.
Georgia Theater is definitely the one to go to, man. It's awesome. The leather reclining seats, so good. We'll set to pump Cotter full of alcohol so he stays awake the entire time.
You know, that kind of defeats the purpose if you pump me for alcohol. Pass out before the previews are done.
We'll start pumping alcohol into you like the moment we get in.
Ah.
Yeah, Phil, I agree. There's a movie company called A24, and they do a lot of cool like horror movies and like really off the beaten track kind of weird films. So, Mac, do you want to try one of these chips?
Mm-hmm. They're not as good. The other ones, but no, try it. I mean, they're not horrible. Just, I don't want you to think they're going to be the Korean ones, because those were some of the best chips ever.
Yeah. Camera 3, of course, is not working. Oh, I closed it. Watch this.
It's crooked.
You're crooked.
They're not bad. I do like the Korean.
Yeah, the Korean ones are just stupid legit.
All right, ladies and gents, Mac is in studio.
Morning. Just saying.
What's that?
I will eat them if you put them close. Have you not learned anything?
Have you not learned anything? We know you love Korean barbecue chips. That's the only thing I learned. Wanda goes, just one chip. I know. I wanted to put that out there as a caveat.
Just one.
How far away are we here?
We've got about 4 minutes.
Oh, okay. Cool. We got time.
Oh. See, I was not speeding.
You were totally speeding.
I was not.
Mac, do you have any questions for the Magic 8 Ball leading into your weekend that you'd like to ask? Just think about it. Get back to me.
Will I work out after work today?
Oh, Magic 8 Ball. Will Mac work out in CrossFit?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Just regular workout?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see if Mac will do that. Signs point to yes.
Okay, good.
The ball is positive today.
All right.
I like that.
I like
Positive vibes only. Oh, look, Charles already sweetening it up. He goes, morning, Mac. Looking lovely as usual.
Thank you.
Mm.
I did get ready in like 15 minutes. Mm-hmm.
Mac, what were you doing last night? What you been up to? Hosted trivia probably last night?
No, I went to a sporting event yesterday.
Oh, went to the Bananas, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How were they?
It was very fun.
Did they win? I don't give a shit.
Yeah, okay.
I'm kidding. Did they win?
We left in the 8th inning.
That's
I think it was 6-4.
almost like all Bananas fans. They leave somewhere around the 5th inning.
Yeah.
Well, it was a Tuesday night, too.
They come to eat all the food.
I ate a hot dog, a cheeseburger, some cookies,
Yeah.
2 bottles of water. I did not drink a soda.
Okay.
Might as well have.
Proud of you.
And I got a frozen banana.
Oh, okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. You ate
Surprisingly
all
good.
the stuff.
I did. Yesterday was my cheat day.
Nice.
So as I go home this weekend, everybody else is eating junk food. I'm over here eating a head of lettuce.
Perfect.
But it was my first time going, so I wanted to do all of the things.
What's your thoughts on the Milwaukee Bucks winning the NBA championship last night?
I have no idea.
Okay.
There's just some things I watch, some things I don't.
Okay. Are you an NBA fan at all?
Mm-mm.
No.
I watched Space Jam last weekend. That's about it.
Space Jam 2.
Uh-huh.
Give us your review. What'd you
liked
think?
it.
Too long? I heard everyone saying it was too long. 2 hours long. No?
I liked it. There was one thing in particular that I don't understand why they put in there,
Okay.
but
Tell us what it is.
So there's a certain move. LeBron's son created a video game, and there is a certain move that a character does that deletes the whole game.
Okay.
So the only way for them to win the game is for Bugs Bunny to do that certain move. So if he does it, he gets deleted.
Oh.
So LeBron and his son, and once obviously LeBron wins the game, everybody goes home, and Bugs is over there in Lola's arms, just kind of like dying. And it was like.
So they killed Bugs Bunny?
But then a week later, they show it like a week later, and he's taking his son to camp, and Bugs Bunny shows up. He's like, "I'm a cartoon character. You know nothing kills us." But I was like,
Wow.
Then why did you put that in there?
Yeah. That hurts my feelings, actually.
But there were some nods towards the OG Space Jam too.
Mm.
I liked it.
Well, do you like original Space Jam better than new one?
I do.
Okay. It's the only right answer.
They just did too much.
You got about 45 seconds.
Gotcha.
New technology graphics towards Looney Tunes, and I didn't like it.
Going back to the soundtracks of each film, the director thinks the original director of Space Jam thought his soundtrack was better. Would you agree with that? The original soundtrack?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, we got about 20 seconds. I'm doing 1 in this first break and 2 in the second.
Perfect. You want me to do the first one then?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, guys, be right back. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, and we got Mac in studio from Bob 1069. Good morning, Mac.
Morning.
It is time.
Morning, Mac.
Morning.
It's time for Chicks on Dudes. This is your opportunity. If you're a guy out there, you got a question, you don't have the guts to ask somebody in person, you can be anonymous. You can send an email. Your question, you email it to kmshow@rock1061.com.
Yeah, you get to ask all three of us chicks what our opinions are. I mean, we will give you sage-like advice. We will always help you out, keep you in mind, and help you through the toughest times of your life. So, Mac, let's go ahead and get into our first question.
Okay.
Question number 1. Good morning, chicks. So, I like this girl, and we've been friends for over a year now, and I've kind of developed feelings for her. And I finally worked up the nerve to ask her out. But the thing is, I have to do it over text. This is obviously one of those very young people who don't understand that talking to a person is probably the best way, especially when something like this comes along. But I digress. Let me continue on. He goes, I have to do it over text. So my question was, how would you want to be asked out over text, Mac?
No. Don't do that.
Don't do that?
Why not?
I guess you had a point with the whole age thing. I think like kids today can only do text message. But I'm 29 years old.
You are a kid.
No, I'm not. I'm 29 years old.
Okay.
I'm pushing 30.
Wow.
That sucks.
Wow. It's rough.
But I mean, if you're in your 20s, I feel like, can we get past the whole text messaging thing? Because I feel like it's very
We can. That's the question.
Coward.
Oh, so it's being a coward to.
Yeah. And you must not have strong enough feelings for somebody if you're going to, hey, you want to go out.
I mean, well, maybe there's a story behind it. We don't know the whole context of the relationship. So maybe, I mean, it's italicized in this email. So maybe there's just something preventing them physically from seeing each other. And
Saying she's in another country?
Maybe Canada, that Canadian girlfriend we all had back in high school.
All right, sure.
And usually with mail-in order brides, you just marry them. You don't have to ask them out. So.
That's true. Fly him in from Russia, and it's good to go.
Cotter, what would you give advice-wise if you had to say, hey, young man, say this in a text message? Eggplant emojis?
All of them.
Yes.
I would say you can't overdo it. I mean, keep it, if this is the way you got to go, I'm just going to take it at face value, this is how you got to go. Keep it as simple as humanly possible.
Okay.
Don't overthink it.
Cotter's never been a man of many words, so actually I know this is from his heart. This is coming from his heart.
Just make it simple. Say you like her, try to set up a date. I mean, if you can, and just be right to the point. I think it gets too wordy, you're going to regret it.
Right.
Don't send a book.
Yeah, don't send a book. I mean, it's a text anyway. You don't want a book in a text. Keep it 2 sentences.
I would do something like this, like, hey, remember when we were talking about Popeye's chicken sandwiches? I think it'd be pretty cool if we went and got one. Thoughts? ? How about that?
See?
That's smooth.
Huh?
There you go. Super simple.
Mac likes chicken sandwiches.
That's
so
true.
I knew Not Popeyes? Are you a hater?
I'm not a hater. I've tasted better.
Okay, what's your number one chicken sandwich?
Chick-fil-A.
Okay, Chick-fil-A.
KFC's
okay.
number 2.
Sorry. Hey, Mac, Chick-fil-A today?
Yeah,
Waffle fries?
sure.
Polynesian sauce?
Nah.
Monster. An absolute monster.
No,
Been called worse.
The beauty of this text though, with that is if she doesn't reciprocate the feelings, you're not looking weird. You don't have to hang your head in shame because You're just asking her out for a chicken sandwich.
Yeah, and in like Chick-fil-A, I mean, there's no sit-in restaurants, so you're probably sitting in your car, right?
You're in the car for a good 45 minutes.
So yeah, so you're going through the line, and you're like pulling out the food, right? Because you're driving, as is your gentleman. You probably picked her up, and you're placing the chicken sandwiches in the middle, right? Because you do that on purpose. Because once she reaches down for a chicken sandwich, you also immediately reach for that same chicken sandwich. Hands touch, hello. Eyes match, hello. And then you get into some naughty stuff immediately. You don't even eat the chicken sandwich. Straight.
At Chick-fil-A.
Hey, you know
You're
what?
about to get smited.
You know what? I've seen some weird stuff in the Chick-fil-A line, and especially the parking lot.
Okay.
All right, we got 2 more questions for Mac. More of Chicks on Dudes coming up next. Here's Royal Blood and Typhoons. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
What is this that you sent me?
What is this I sent you?
Mm-hmm. So I'm at HBO.
The Righteous Gemstones are doing they're an HBO show, and they're looking for extras. So I sent it to you so you could use that as content for your show today.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Charles agrees with you. He goes cowardly, spot on, Mac.
Hey.
Charles is a man, though. Like,
Call it like I
Charles
see
ain't
it.
Charles ain't no damn boy. He's a man.
Charles made a good point earlier.
Charles wouldn't even ask you on a date. He'd be telling you, like, you'll be going on a date with me. You'd just be like, yeah, absolutely. Chick-fil-A, right?
Yeah.
Cotter, you want to go ahead and start off with number 2, and I'll do number 3?
Sounds good.
Cotter, how did you get your name?
There's a show called Welcome Back, Cotter from the 70s. It's where John Travolta got a start. He was a high school student named Vinny Barbarino. But the teacher's name, the actor's name is Gabe Kaplan. On the show, he was a Gabe Cotter. So I was asked to be a morning show stunt boy, and I didn't have a nickname yet. It's just Gabe at the station because I was never on the air. And I showed up, and they're like, "You're going to be Cotter." And I went, "Oh, it could have been so much worse." Yes.
Yeah.
And every time I went to a rock station, just went by Cotter.
Cotter's very old. And
How'd you get your name, Marshall?
Some old men called him Jesus.
Okay.
Jesus, you talked about smiting. He smited me with the name of Marshall. Yeah.
Now, I will admit, when I moved to Savannah, I contemplated using my wrestling name,
Denver
from
Todd
Illinois,
Stickrod.
Denver Todd Stickrod.
Mm-hmm.
I contemplated just going by the name Denver Todd Stickrod on the air.
If you just went by Denver, I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, I was thinking shorten it to DTS or whatever, however you want.
DTS.
That's how we
Not
shorten
bad.
it. Yeah. But I decided that there's everything else was going to be different. I needed something that I wasn't going to screw up. And so I'm like, just stick with Cotter. And I'm pretty good with that decision. I didn't need to be Denver Todd Stickrod.
Yeah, I mean, you're almost not screwing up our sponsor for Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? So I'm proud of you there.
To be fair, the original sponsor was there longer, so it's just ingrained in my mind.
Right.
All right, we got about a minute and a half.
Whenever I hear Cotter, I sing the TV song in my head. Says Wanda. So there you go.
Welcome back. So yeah, there you go. That's the story. But yeah, I mean, we had other part timers and interns when I was there. You had Spanky, you had Whiz Bang, you had Broken Home, you had all these names.
I like
Broken Home's pretty good.
I didn't even know who that person was, but I just love that nickname.
Matt Henderson, I think was actually his name. I don't remember. Is
he alive?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, I was like, when they told me Cotter, I was like, okay, I'm good with that because there were so many things I could have got stuck with.
Yeah,
You technically didn't get to choose your nickname.
No.
No one really did. When I started, there was a guy named Lurch.
Yeah.
Charles Picton.
Lurch fit him so well.
he's a great guy. He's one of those overshares on Facebook though. Like he's like he'll talk about Knight Rider. That's his favorite TV show, and he'll talk about how depressed he is. And it's just like it's an up and down battle with that guy. You're like, you know what? Maybe shouldn't share that stuff on Facebook.
All right, we got about 25 seconds. Back into Chicks on Dudes.
Cotter, you got a question for the Magic 8 Ball leading into the next few days or the day?
Not yet. Let me think of one.
Okay.
Let me think of one. All right, here we go, guys. We'll be right back. It is Chicks on Dudes. This is when you can ask a question. Maybe you don't want to ask somebody face-to-face, but you want an honest answer. So you can email us. We'll keep you anonymous. We got you. KMShow at rock1061.com. Here to help us answer these questions. Mac, from Bob 1069. Hello, how's it going? Thanks
Hello.
for being here. All right, let's hop into number 2. Hey, Cotter, Marshall, and Mac. I'm a 31-year-old guy, and I recently realized how much my ideals have changed in the last 10 years. I just don't look at traditional relationships the same way, so I'd like to know, what do you all consider cheating?
I feel like cheating is any form of communication towards another person that is sexual.
Okay.
What about emotional? So I say you have a spouse, you have a significant other, but you lean on somebody in a way that's not sexual, but becomes an emotional attachment. Would that be considered cheating?
That's kind of tough. Yeah, I mean, if you have a friend,
a friend's one thing, but
Yeah.
I'm saying it crosses a boundary.
Yeah.
To where, maybe it could get sexual, but it's not. But it's like you're going to this person before you're going to your spouse.
then yes, I would consider that.
Yeah, I consider cheating like any sort of investment, right? Whether it be financial or just like your time. So if if my wife was obviously investing her time into someone else, that's probably cheating, because that would lead into a lot of if like certain things. I think it's more guys than girls, right? When it comes to the financial part, because guys are always wanting to buy girls. Oh, here's my money. Here's a new car. Here's dinners and everything. Girls generally don't pay just because of the social norms and everything. So I think that's more guy on girl type of thing. But like anytime you invest yourself into someone else, I would consider that probably cheating, because that's usually leading to all sorts. It's another realm.
Yeah.
Unless you set up some sort of boundaries within your relationship. I mean, we're definitely living in an area where people have open relationships. Bluffton, looking at you. But just saying, like there's social norms are definitely changing, and cheating is definitely, it's not a defined thing. Like there is no bullet point of this is cheating, because to certain people it's different.
I think there are some defined levels. I mean, you go out and sleep with somebody else, that's cheating. And I mean, if you're not in an open relationship, I mean, if that's your thing, cool. But I mean, if that's your thing. But I mean, I think there are some defined things. I do think you get into some gray area, because I agree with you. I mean, I think investing time in someone where there is a bond or connection made, that gets in this weird area that maybe that person didn't consider cheating. They may look at it, well, this is just my friend.
Right.
But then I'm looking at it, well, as the spouse going, or significant other going, yeah, but you're spending more time with this person. You have more of a connection as a friend. Then that's where I think there's the gray area.
Well, that's when you're like growing up too, is like, I have friends that I grew up with that are females. My wife has friends that she grew up with are males. That, when we're out or visiting our hometowns, we'll go see them. Yeah. We know nothing's going to happen because we trust each other. But also, I mean, like people could look at that and be like, I saw your wife out with Jimmy at the bar. Like, yeah, she's actually grew up with him. Really nice guy. Met him 100 times, and they probably are out having a drink. Like, once again, it's a trust level sort of thing. Yeah. Was she cheating? No. Could they have? I don't know. It depends on how many drinks they had. But also, I mean, like, that's just one of those things. Once again, I'm like, for this guy, I understand. Like, super young, 31, Mac, 31. Relationships change, and relationship standards change throughout the year. So I completely get that. What do I consider cheating? Investment of yourself in someone else.
Yep, I can agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously physical is the most the thing you think of first.
Right.
I think emotionally you can very much do it, and I think that would almost be harder to deal with than going out and just, I slept with him. Okay, we can work on that. Well, I mean, you can.
Yeah, like don't do it again.
Don't do it again. But I mean, if there becomes an emotional attachment, I think that'd be harder. Yeah, I think that would be harder to get over for me personally.
That's a complete betrayal of your relationship.
100%.
So, yeah, I agree with you there.
I get that.
All right, we got one more question. Mac, this is for you. Going to kick this off. Morning, chicks. So I was hanging out with a girl I have feelings for. Lots of feelings today, Cotter. I gave her my phone to put on some music, and she put on these songs that were great, but the text was somewhere along the lines of, I love you more than you like me. Excuse me. That's, once again, the text of the songs that he was getting was, I love you more than you like me. And other stuff, which I don't know if she's trying to say something or if it's just I'm a pathetic loser trying to see things that aren't there. Help. So, Mac, is this guy just looking into this too deeply, or is this chick trying to throw a message at him with all these lovey songs?
I would probably, me being me, assume that she's trying to tell you something.
Have you ever?
But that is so annoying. Why can't you just say it?
Because talking to people is hard, apparently,
That's
in 2021. Mac, have you done anything like this? Have you heard of a situation like this before?
No.
Okay.
But I did put myself. You should just say it.
Wait, no. You did put yourself. Go ahead. Continue with that
I was
thought.
putting myself in the person's shoes.
Okay.
As I do
okay.
every question.
Now, I mean, the weird part about this is I usually tend to think as a guy, yes, you're probably looking into something that's not there. But, I mean, so say it was you and you didn't have feelings for this guy. You just randomly picked some songs. But for whatever reason, he took them as, oh, there's something there. And he approaches you and asks the question. I mean, can you look at it and go, okay, I see where you're coming from, but no? Or is it, are you offended that he asked because, okay, you're a friend, I don't want to cross that line? I don't know. I mean, there's always gray area with this. I mean, friend zone thing, whatever you want to call it.
Again, I would probably just come out and say it, but if I were to do what she did, I'd be okay with him saying, okay, is there something going on? Is there something we need to talk about? But then again, I would also talk about it.
I mean, as a guy, rule number 1, never give the girl the aux cord. So never give her the Bluetooth to your car. So that situation would never happen with me.
This is true.
Yeah.
All right, if you have a question for Mac for Chicks on Dudes, like I said, all you got to do, email it to us, kmshow@rock1061.com. Mac, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, coming up next, we're going to wrap up the show with some Marshall's music news. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061. Okay.
Did you say clean glasses were in your office?
They are. They're in the cabinet left-hand side.
All right.
Did you forget your water bottle? Oh, okay. Whew. All right. Well, we'll take her off camera then. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging around this morning. Do appreciate it. Marshall's Music News coming up next. Got 3 stories. Going to kick off with Pearl Jam. Then we got a story about Cotter's second biggest love of his life, Alex Lifeson and Rush. Power rank the members of Rush.
Oh,
that you want to make love to on a scale of making love to.
And I want to make love to.
Yeah, power rank them all.
It would definitely go Alex Lifeson, Geddy Lee, Neil Peart, when it comes down to making love, because I think Neil Peart there's no feelings there. You know, there'd be no connection emotionally.
So you'd most want to have sex with
Alex Lifeson.
Oh, Alex Lifeson.
I said Alex Lifeson. Geddy
sorry.
Lee.
I thought you were.
No. I
3 to 1.
was going 1 to 3. Alex Lifeson, Geddy Lee, Neil Peart. No connection to Neil Peart.
Geddy Lee's an ugly dude.
He is, but I think you could form a bond there. You know, there could.
So
be
you're looking for love with Rush.
I just don't want to.
I just said make.
No, but this is.
Maybe
you said make love.
Yeah, sorry.
All-time favorite band, and the brief, 30 seconds when I did the meet and greet with Alex and Geddy.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, super nice guy. You know, he was like, "Oh, come on over." I mean, super nice guy. So number 1 all day long.
How was Neil Peart?
He doesn't do the meet and greets.
Oh,
yeah. He has never done them from day one. If you listen to a lot of his lyrics, it's the one thing it's why he was distant. Or, a lot of people looked at him as distant. He just struggled with the fame side of things, and it was hard for him to meet fans that knew him that he didn't know. Right. And it was just like, I'm not friends with that person. So he just thought it was best just to not to deal with it.
Felt weird. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. So he never once did a meet and greet. Pearl Jam.
Yes, Pearl Jam.
Anything you'd like to hear?
Play something off the new album.
All right.
Play,
we'll do Super Blood Wolf.
Yeah, do Super Blood.
I love that song.
Yeah, so going to do a story about Pearl Jam. It looks like the only 2 dates they're doing in 2021. Now, obviously, they had a 2019 tour set with their new album, Gigaton. That got canceled for obvious reasons, then was pushed to this year, and now it got pushed to 2022, it looks like. So we're going to be doing some Pearl Jam news to kick off, then we'll jump into some Rush news. Alex Lifeson is living his life past Rush, as they're not getting together anytime soon. And then we'll talk about Shinedown, a little video endeavor.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to switch back over here. All right, there we go.
All right, guys, currently in commercials here at Rock 1061. Thanks for hanging around this morning. Do appreciate that.
All right, gonna move. Oh, no.
Mac, what are you doing over there?
Like she's frying bacon or
I thought she was sharpening a pencil, but she has like some sort of weird vape machine going. Are you going to blow some sick clouds? Oh, she has a milk frother. Do you always carry that around with you? Oh. Gotcha.
All right, there we go. Spoiler alert, if you're wanting to play along with the Hella Mega Week, Green Day is coming up. So be ready to text Hella, chance to score some tickets.
Hella. Going back to Chicks on Dudes, Elaine said, if you're hiding what you are doing from your spouse, that is probably cheating. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, great questions this week for Chicks on Dudes.
Yeah, those are good.
Thanks to everyone who dropped those in.
And Getty is so Canadian.
Is that a good thing?
It means he's incredibly nice, I guess.
There it
Canadian.
is. There
Canadian
it is.
peoples are nice.
To Canadian peoples. They love it when you call them that.
Peoples.
Yeah.
Speaking of, still watching Letterkenny. Still so good.
What season are you in?
6. I think there's 8 or 9.
Ooh, pop Mac on. She's got some Letterkenny knowledge she wants to share with you.
A friend of mine that's a really big fan of Letterkenny said that some band that's off the show's coming on tour. They're going to be in Atlanta.
I don't know.
I don't.
Have you encountered a band on your?
Not that I can remember.
Sorry, what season did you say you were on
6
again?
or 7, I think.
Oh, gee, how many seasons are there?
9 or 10. 9 maybe. They're only like 8 episodes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they're super short.
You could burn through those.
Yeah,
I get it.
And they're like 25 minutes long. I mean, it is funny. I mean, yeah, somebody commented the other day they try a little harder as they get going, and I get that, but it's still pretty damn good.
Might not be a band.
It's Letterkenny live on tour. Yeah. So it's the guys doing a live stage show. Oh, they're going to be in
Atlanta, I think.
Okay. I don't hate this. I'm sorry, I'm looking to see where they're going to be when they're going to be in Atlanta. February 16th. Oh, shoot. I don't know. It's funny that that is a Canadian thing. Because you talked the other day about seeing, what's the other Canadian?
Yeah, the
Trailer Park Boys.
Trailer Park Boys, yeah.
So it's like TV shows, I mean, outside of Impractical Jokers, TV shows don't tour in the United States and do live sketches on stage.
No, not really.
It's such a Canadian thing.
Yeah.
I may have to go to that.
Yeah, I've never seen the show, so I can't relate.
I'll hit up Jake Thompson. He's a big Letterkenny guy, so I may have to go check that out.
Mm-hmm.
You may see my ex there.
I'll be on the lookout. I'll tell him you said hi. Okay. Mac talks about you so much.
Do you want us to buy you a ticket and then maybe you guys can reconnect?
I care nothing about it.
Okay.
It is funny though. It is fun. It's stupid. I mean, it's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
All right, got just under 2 minutes.
All right, guys, going to wrap the show up with Marshall's music news today. Tomorrow on the show, we have Hefe, the new music beta fish, who will be picking some new music for us.
So I forgot to mention this earlier. We played a Green Day song earlier in the show, and somebody, responded or texted
Sure, with Hella. Yeah.
So I put it in as keywords, so they get a bounce back saying, "Hey, you've entered." So instantly get one back. I'm driving, like the auto text sent from the car.
Yeah.
Busted guy. He texted Hella while driving. Busted.
You need to get a ticket for that.
We've heard, Mac, that sort of thing could happen to people who don't follow the law. Never happened to you.
Heathens.
How much did your ticket cost you, speaking
It
of?
was $50
It's $50. That's not bad. That's not bad.
for the first time.
Do you still look at your phone while driving?
I try not to.
Thank you for being honest.
Mama Margaret gets on to me.
Mama Margaret would be very upset with you. Good morning, Liquid. Thanks for joining in. So here's, is that Wayne or Girth?
I don't know, but I think it's the other snail. Those things they get it.
That tank is, it's the cleanest it's looked in months.
Yeah, it's crystal clear right now. Like when we put the camera on Hefe tomorrow, guys, you are not going to believe how damn good looking this tank is looking because of Wayne and Girth.
Yeah, they're doing their job.
Hefe likes to be around those snails too. He was playing with one while we were doing Chicks on Dudes.
He was trying to murder it, so that's what was
Really?
happening.
The beta fish are fighting fish.
Yeah, so beta fish hate
With snails?
Yeah, so they'll actually it'll probably happen, but you see the little antennas on the snails here.
Yeah.
Beta fish will actually bite those off.
Ah.
Yeah, so
We'll be right back, guys. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Let's get in to some Marshall's music news.
So Pearl Jam are going to play, it looks like their only dates later on this year. Now, they're going to headline the second weekend. It's an expanded version of the Ohana Festival, which happens in Dana Point, California. Now, you're like, well, why are they playing this weird one-off festival? Oh, maybe it's because it's Eddie Vedder curates it. maybe because Eddie Vedder chooses all the bands. Now, the first weekend is going to happen September 24th through 26th. That does not have Pearl Jam on it. Now, they added a second weekend, and they're like, yeah, let's just throw the band on there. And they'll headline both nights.
Oh,
now,
cool.
Once again, these are the only performances they currently have set for 2021. Now, their Gigaton tour, which was obviously in hopes of touring with their new album, was canceled in 2020. Then they were going to do it. Excuse me. Almost dying. They wanted to do it in 2021. They pushed it off to next year. Thank you, Mac, for that water. I think I'm good. Anyway, so they'll be touring next year, and also they'll be hitting up the Netherlands in 2022 over in Europe. So you can actually buy your tickets, single-day admission for $140 to the Ohana Festival in Dana Point, California. Now, other great bands are on it, including Beck, Lord Huron, and White Reaper, who actually Reaper will be playing here in Savannah in the next few weeks. So really exciting stuff to see Pearl Jam hit the road once again.
Let's do something off a Gigaton. It's Super Blood Wolf Moon. Here's Pearl Jam. More of Marshall's music news up next. Rock 106.1.
Almost died there a little bit. Sorry for choking and dying right in the middle of that. Nothing cooler than choking on your own spit. So the perils of radio.
All right, cool.
Lane says, aren't the antennas the eyes? On these snails, I actually have no idea. Possibly. I'm not a snail guy. I just went and bought them. They're like $2 a piece. Oh, turn Mac on. I can't hear. What'd you say?
I said, bless him.
Bless him. It's weird because I only see one snail at a time. I
never see both of them at the same time, no.
One was on the back, one was on the front just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I do actually. And there's Hefe.
That one's cruising, man. He was just up front there.
I'm telling you, they're getting it.
Yeah, they're definitely cleaning the tank today. Yeah, Hefe just came up. I put my face close to it, so he just came up.
He's like, food?
I already fed him this morning, so I am going to drop in some of this medicine. Hefe's on some medicine. He's getting old. Old in the fin.
Old in the fin.
No, never mind. 2.5 minutes. I won't go anywhere yet.
He's such a good fish.
I'm really proud of him.
Oh, you just made a mess.
There we go. I just made a mess. I just put some water on the front of the sink. It's fine. All right, coming up next, our next story is going to be the Alex Lifeson story, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Oh, Rick and Morty made an appearance in Space Jam.
I heard.
Yeah.
Is it a funny one? Or
He's returning Tasmanian Devil. He's like, I can't do anything with it.
Did he cuss? Was it any
No,
F-bombs?
no.
Okay. Did he burp?
No, he
Oh.
was only there for like maybe 3 seconds.
Yeah,
Enough time to
I read an article that complained the writer of the article was complaining that they were in it because they were like, any other time that they've done commercials with Rick and Morty, Rick's always been in on the joke about how he got paid and he's only doing this because he got paid, and now he's he got sold and because he's not in on the joke on this one. I'm like, you are looking into this way too much.
That's a big time Rick and Morty fan right there.
This is way too deep, guys.
See, hey Tony, good morning. You know how you could get service ads on Facebook all the time?
Yeah.
And like on the marketplace, like if you go to like Facebook Marketplace, like the garage sale, whatever version of it, they'll always like service you like stuff people sponsor to go up top. So I found these stickers. They're car stickers, and it's both Rick and Morty, both giving the double bird. But you're supposed to put it like the bottom of your window, so like they're peeking out from over the window.
Right.
I kind of want to buy them and then randomly put them on cars.
Don't do that.
All right, that's awesome. All right, we got about 41 seconds.
The Mask was in there too. So were the monkeys from Wizard of Oz. All the Warner Brothers characters
Yeah.
were there.
I kind of want to watch Space Jam 2.
I think if you enjoyed I loved the first one. And that goes to show you, I don't watch basketball. I don't know anything about basketball, but I like Space Jam.
Yeah.
If you liked the first one, you should watch the second one.
All right, guys, be right back. It is Marshall's Music News here in the Cotter and Marshall Show. Let's get to story number 2.
So it's been nearly 6 years since Alex Lifeson, the guitarist for Rush, played his final show with the band. Obviously, Neil Peart passed away, so no more Rush because the guy said they would never play unless it was all three of them at the same time. So Alex Lifeson has been busy over the last few years with a couple different things, but he said, I have 2 tracks on my website that were in a video to promote the release of a new Alex Lifeson Epiphone and Les Paul Standard Access guitar called Cabal Blues and Spy House. So if you want a little taste of what Alex has been up to, at least solo-wise, you can actually check that out on his website. Now, he also has been working with Andy Curon. Now, he's of a band called Coney Hatch, not really well known. Now, he actually has teamed up with a singer called Maya Wynn, and they have apparently been working with Alex as kind of a new band called Envy of None. Now, they have about 10 or 11 songs that are currently in an album format that they're mixing right now, and hopefully they'll have something to listen to late this summer or early fall of next year.
Okay.
So Alex Lifeson's new project is going to be on its way somewhat soon. Now, when it came to getting like out there and touring again, when this podcast asked him what he wants to do with Envy of None, he said, we're just starting to get back into the whole thing right now. We're focused on getting mixes and the sound right. We don't know what we're going to do in terms of distribution or ever going out on the road with this project. But Alex Lifeson is busy with some new stuff, and hopefully late summer, early fall of next year, we'll hear the efforts of his work with Envy of None.
I'm interested to hear this. He did a side project, a one-album side project back in the 90s called Victor. It was weird. I mean, it's like there was one radio song, and the rest of the album, you're like, I don't get this at all. So I'm intrigued.
Drugs, man.
All right, one more story to go. We're talking Shinedown coming up next for Marshall's Music News, Rock 106.1.
Pop Mac on.
All right, now I'll be right back.
Yep. All right.
Cold for once in here.
All right.
Yesterday, too.
Yesterday it was cold in here?
Mm-hmm.
Good old studios. So we got one more story today, guys. Going to talk some Shinedown. 2018 album Attention. Attention came out, and in a talk that we had with Brent from Shinedown last year via Zoom that Cotter and I had, he actually mentioned that there is a movie in regards to Attention. Attention that'll be coming out, and now we have the details on it. So we're going to share that with you here in just a little bit. And that'll wrap up the show for today, get you set for the rest of your day, and then we'll get into Thursday. Thursday show. Hefe makes his way back. We also get into some other stuff that I don't remember. Cotter has it written down, so I don't have to remember. Mac, I've been eating so terribly this past pretty much 2 weeks. I'm looking forward to this weekend because I don't think I'm going to eat anything. I need to lose some weight because I feel like I'm 30 pounds heavier than I was 2 weeks ago.
You should do a cutting phase like I'm doing starting next week.
Explain what that is.
So I'm having is cutting out fats, like non-healthy fats.
Aren't there good fats though, like ice cream?
Yeah, no.
Okay, shoot. So I shouldn't have ate ice cream last night. Damn it.
I mean, I shouldn't have had a frozen banana, a hot dog, and a hamburger with cheese and cookies. But I did.
So with cutting, you're just cutting out the bad fats. You said. I mean, what else are you doing on this?
I'll
this
give
diet?
you the Google definition because I don't want to tell you wrong.
Should I cut myself and then just like?
No.
How heavy is blood?
Okay. What foods to avoid while cutting?
Okay.
French fries and potato chips, so like starchy carbs.
Exactly. Yeah. So avoid carbs.
Right. Sugary drinks, white bread, candy bars, fruit juices, pastries, cookies, cakes, some types of alcohol, especially beer. You're going to have an issue.
Okay.
Ice cream.
So usually with the beer review, we only drink like combined, depending. I only drink like half a beer. So it's not a bunch.
That's not horrible.
Yeah. So Charles on the chat just said, just jumped in the head at the Sam's to take a leak. Some dude was on the toilet. And apparently he was straining so hard he had a major coughing attack. My first thought, I'm not giving him mouth to mouth. Actually, if that guy obviously didn't listen to our show yesterday because we talked about things to do to help yourself to poop. And straining is one thing you want to avoid while pooping, Mac.
But then you're just going to be on the toilet for a very long time.
Well, that means you just need to get up. You should not strain because it can
Have you ever heard of the squatty potty? I kid you not.
Yeah.
Real thing.
It
works.
Mac, I own one.
I want one.
I've been a squatty potty owner for years now.
My mom made fun of me with the squatty. You don't need a squatty potty. Yes, I do, because it's the fastest and easiest poop one would ever make. Sorry.
There you go. Mac,
I'm a lady.
Mac would love to endorse Squatty Potty. So if Squatty Potty's listening, or at least tag Squatty Potty in our talks here. Maybe we can get them in.
So it says there's no standardized definition of bulking and cutting. So there's bulking and then there's cutting.
Mm-hmm.
So bulking involves eating more calories than you need in order to put on weight than building muscle via
I've been doing that
resistance
my entire
training.
life. So
Okay.
I've been super bulking out.
Cutting involves eating fewer calories than you burn and probably doing more cardio in order to lose fat.
Okay, so cardio and cut everything.
Mm-hmm.
Can I eat Chick-fil-A?
Grilled chicken.
Okay.
No bread.
Oh, that doesn't sound good at all.
No fries.
All right, so I'm gonna start today by cutting slowly. So I plan on eating.
That's what I'm doing this week, and then next week it's on.
I'm gonna eat a cheddar jalapeno sausage because I made those on the grill last night and I have leftovers. So that's what I'll be doing for dinner, and I'll be eating that with a bun.
Okay.
But maybe today for lunch I'll just eat like a salad or a sushi bowl, and that'll be my cutting for the day. Eating healthy-ish. It's weird. Your mom popped up and says, "I don't sound like that."
I know. It's just you and I sound a lot alike, so I gotta put some kind of differentiation. Is that a word?
I think she's messing with you.
She told me to smile and cheer up, all within 10 minutes this morning on the stream.
Oh.
That does not help. That makes me want to not cheer up even more.
Wow.
I'm not in a bad mood. I took my medicine.
You're being kind of a child right now because mom's just trying to give you advice.
What did I walk in on?
I don't know.
Damn.
Mama Margaret.
Yeah.
Messaged.
Good morning, Mama.
Message on the chat here said, I don't sound like that because Mac was doing an imitation of her mom.
Speaking of her, she wanted to know what y'all wanted, like what y'all's favorite
For Christmas?
No,
I've got a list.
home cooked meals are because she
Ooh.
offered to do like desserts or like something.
Oh, okay. Cotter, chocolate chip cookies, number one.
No, that's
Right?
basic.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Damn.
How about key lime pie?
That's basic.
What the hell do you want?
Like,
You know what? Actually, you know what I was thinking about eating that I haven't had in quite some time, Cotter?
Right.
And I think you like this. Good old meatloaf. Like
Dude,
home cooked meatloaf.
that was exactly what I was going to say.
Standard meatloaf.
I do love some meatloaf.
How
she
about
got
that?
you.
I love meatloaf.
Yeah. Love meatloaf. I haven't had meatloaf in forever.
Meatloaf and some mashed potatoes.
So you can go crazy when it comes to meatloafs. You know what I actually like in meatloafs, which is kind of crazy? You'll probably both give me a look. Throw some mushrooms in there.
Interesting.
I love mushrooms.
Yeah.
No, all day long.
Yeah.
I'll eat mushrooms on
Yeah,
top
buy
of
some of those baby bellas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chop them bitches up. Throw them in that meatloaf.
Tony's asking. We haven't done anything about cake day yet. And we do have to adjust.
Oh, yeah.
our-
What day are we at? Don't ask me numbers. I honestly don't remember.
So if we get through Tuesday of next week, we've hit 30 days.
Oh, okay. So what's today then?
You asked me to do math. I don't know.
I'm going to have Mac update it. What's the number? 20. It's 4. Today's 26.
Somebody on the do the
26.
math. Somebody.
It's 26 because Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, or Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, 26. Put 26 on the board, Mac.
All right, there you go, guys. There you go. 4 days away. And you get 2 freebies because it's the best stuff on Monday and Tuesday. So that means on Tuesday, the studio is blowing up.
Yeah, Wednesday we'll celebrate.
No, the studio's going to blow up. We're not going to make it.
I actually don't doubt that.
So we might need to start talking specifics. How do we actually pull off Cake Day?
We're going to wait till the boss gets back because he has the card.
Yeah.
So, hey, we'll figure that out next. Hey, future us promise. Yeah.
Okay. We got 90 seconds.
No. Continue on with what thing we want Mama Margaret to make us. Meatloaf is obviously number one.
I was legitimately going to say meatloaf.
What dessert? Name not a basic dessert.
Well, see, I'm okay with it. I haven't had a good chocolate pie in a while.
Chocolate molten cake. Chocolate lava cake.
She makes a mean red velvet cake.
That's my daughter's favorite cake.
Hey, no offense to Mama Margaret. Basic. Red velvet. Get out of here.
Not hers. Hers is one of a kind.
How's it one of a kind? Crack?
Because it's amazing.
Oh.
She makes a good peach cobbler, too.
Don't like any desserts with fruit in it.
Okay.
There you go.
So you wouldn't like tomato gravy? Have you ever had tomato gravy?
No.
Is that just pasta? Is it just pasta sauce?
Is that an Alabama thing?
I don't know. It's a Southern thing, and it's amazing.
Pasta sauce, or is it different?
So you cook bacon, put the bacon to the side, use the bacon grease, put
tomatoes.
Flour, and put diced tomatoes in there, and let it simmer.
Oh, no,
Make homemade biscuits. Oh my!
No, I do that. That sounds good. I like tomatoes.
I like bacon.
Yeah, I love bacon.
Obviously.
You don't like tomatoes?
No, I love tomatoes.
Okay.
All right, we got about 20 seconds.
I got a tomato plant in my backyard.
I love tomatoes. Homegrown tomatoes, fresh tomatoes,
Yes.
the best.
Fresh basil.
And there's a difference.
Yeah, be right back, guys. All right, before we get out of here, let's do it one more time. Marshall's Music News.
So Shinedown have put some extra effort into their 2018 studio album, Attention, Attention, and have created a visual video film thingy with director Bill Yukich. Now, Attention, Attention, the film will be made available on digital and cable video on demand starting September 3rd. Now, they've obviously created quite a few videos for Attention, Attention. Now, Brent Smith on a Zoom call told both of us that that was their intent. They were going to create kind of this larger masterpiece, like a video for every single song and kind of make a movie out of it. Now, they've created this movie. It's going to feature obviously all 4 members of the band, but also actresses Francesca Eastwood and Ballora Walters. Now, when we created Attention, Attention, our vision was always to present the message as a sonic and visual experience. We're really proud of what we created and are beyond excited to partner with Gravitas Ventures to finally bring this film into its entirely new world, says Shinedown. Now, once again, this new movie called Attention, Attention from Shinedown will be available on digital and cable video streaming services and on demand starting September 3rd.
All right, coming up on the show tomorrow, I will get quizzed in the face, and Hefe 2, the new music band official, select from a couple new songs. I got brand new stuff from Fuel called Hard.
Ooh.
Also, brand new Coheed and Cambria tune called Shoulders. I think we found another word Mac does not like.
Hard?
Hard? Okay, maybe not.
She's on the fence about it.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow at 6 o'clock. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, guys, that's the show for the day. Mac, why don't you give a parting word of advice to everyone?
Don't be stupid.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
She had that in the chamber and ready to go.
I felt good about that one. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow at 6 a.m. Peace out.